8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passenger side of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective or collected. Girl, I could be your prized possession.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing out there in the chats? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me get those levels right. Start the Instagram. Gang, what's up? How are you guys doing today on this Monday evening? I hope that you guys are having a great night, day, week, everything. Man, what a week. What a chapter last week. 1164. We got 1165 that we're going to be reading tonight as well. Man, I'm super happy that you guys are all here. It is time to talk some goddamn One Piece, man. Lots of updates, lots of stuff to talk about. We lit. Fooly says we lit. We're lit. We are definitely lit. What's going on, everybody? On Instagram, what's going on, everybody here on Twitch and on YouTube? What is up? You already know this is the Striad Podcast. Every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're here talking the good talk of the One Piece. And again, today we are talking chapter 1165. So let me say what's up to everybody in the chat, man. See you here. Fooly is here. He says he's first. What's going on, Fooly? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Za in the building says, yo, what's up, Zo? What's up, yo? What's up, Za? How are you? How are you? He said didn't let him in. Oh, okay. Twitch just be tripping, I guess. What up, my brother? He's talking to Fooly, but I'll take it as myself. What up to you? Hashtag Kuma needs to go. Hashtag no. Hashtag TBC for Bonnie. Hashtag she already got her trauma. She doesn't need any more to increase. So no, we don't need any more trauma for Bonnie. And Kuma, like I said, he's earned his right to be a final end of story character. So no, we leave Kuma alone. Leave Kuma alone. Slevin in the building. What's going on, Slevin? She says, you've been trolling me all week. You know, that's just, he does it out of love. He does it out of love. But that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Fooly says nothing much, trying to be creative. No, Fooly. Kuma does not need to go. We're doing this again. We look. By the way, like I said last time, I'm here for the Kuma. I'm here for the Herald, the Bon Clay, the Dragon. Any slander you want to direct it to me, and I'll handle it. Okay, I'm here for all of it. Strawberry says, I'm here, don't worry. Okay, what's up, Strawberry? We're good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Slevin says, what up? What's up, Slevin? Alex in the building. What's going on, Alex? Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Strawberry says, I'm slipping. Hey, you're not first. What's up, Strawberry? Second, third, fourth place. It's not cool. It's not you, Strawberry. It's not you. But you're still here, which is okay. Let's see who else we got in the building. Alex says, long live King Harold and Queen Estrid. Yeah, I dig the King Harold. Queen Estrid, not so much. You got 50% of it right. King Harold is a GOAT. Estrid, not so much. Nika in the building, it says, yo, we here. What's up, Nika? It's Smooth. Says, yo. What's up, Smooth? How you doing, gang? Good to see you, friend. Zaza, he said, we here, we are. I'm going to say Lao, because I don't want to say it wrong. But he says, you're ho ho ho. What's up? How are you on YouTube? Good to see you. I think it's your first time commenting, so shout out to you. Appreciate you watching over on the tube. And Naveen Yadiv, I was going to say Naveen Yadiv. What's going on to you too? Good to see you. He says, what's up, bro? What's up to you? What's up to you? He said, kind of lonely on the YouTube. I mean, you're welcome to come over to Twitch. I know the YouTube people kind of stream in like later into the stream, but I mean, if you want to watch it, majority of people are over here on Twitch. So if you want to come over to Twitch, it's the same name. Either one, you're welcome to watch on. He said it's my first watch. Okay. Well, yeah, like you'll see the comments stream up on the side here. So it's up to you. I mean, there's no ads over on YouTube, but the community is mainly over on Twitch. Hey, it's up to you. But I appreciate you though, for sure. Really do. Watching the stream. Queen Estrid is the GOAT. She was looking out for her husband and kingdom. Husband. What's that song that nah, I'm not gonna do it. She a gold digger. Was that gold digger? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Alex. Slevin switched there you go. Slevin switched to YouTube. There you go. Shout out to Slevin with the dope PFP. Is that a Naruto headband? Oh, that's cool. Okay. He said Queen is great. Yeah, okay, whatever. What's up to Instagram people as well? Sorty Tiny Boy on Instagram says, what's dragon fruit? Or wow. Can I read? Dragon fruit? What's dragon fruit? That's not what he said. He said, what's dragon's devil fruit? Well, my friend, we don't know. But what I can say is that it's probably something a little bit windy. That's all I'm saying. It's probably going to make things just a little bit windy. So if you don't got your stuff kind of secured to the ground, I'd be scared because Dragon's about to blow through the Reverie, or he's about to blow through the Holy Land, and it's going to get a little windy up there. Remember how windy it got in Logtown? It's about to get really windy. Really windy. So just keep that in mind. It's coming. It's Sour D. Oh, okay. My bad, man. I be trying to read. I'm sorry. And Nika said the winds of fate are coming. Facts. Dragon 2026. Facts. So true. Okay. So a couple of things at the top, man. The cosplay contest, the submissions are open. So for anyone that was wanting to actually compete in the cosplay contest that is actively going on, grand prize is $500. The submissions open today and they close in 2 weeks from now on Monday. So if you want to compete in the cosplay contest, join the Discord, which I'll drop the link here in the chat. Join the Discord, drop your cosplay costume in there, and we will judge you on, I believe round 1 is going to be December 5th. So coming to you soon. Also, gotta say shout out to Shonen Showdown, man. Appreciate it. Shonen Showdown is one of the realest people in this community, and I got the pleasure of actually meeting him this week. Really, really nice guy. For him to reach his hand out to other creators in the community that are not at the level that he's at, not as big as him, not as notable as him, and actually be a genuine person while doing it all at the same time. Not a lot of people are like that. So shout out to you, Shonen Showdown. Appreciate you for the invite. And he's got a lot of big things going on out there in Las Vegas. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Larry for TOPT as well with the One Piece talk. Nice meeting him too. Shout out to everybody, man. We met a lot of big creators in the community this week. Tracy, you guys have probably seen his stuff too. Over on Instagram, he does a lot of skits. Very funny skits for One Piece. Very funny skits for anime in general. He's a really good creator. I mean, the list goes on and on. My point is, shout out to them. Zaza said, Dragon moves 15 years later. Really? Yeah, man. The wind has to charge up. Like the thing about Dragon's fruit is you can't use it too often. It's like the King Punch. Remember in Dressrosa? I know you hate that art. It's like King Punch. I got to really like charge up the winds of fate, because when they blow, they blow. They blow. So the winds of fate have been charging since we saw him at Logtown. And when he actually pops out, it's about to be night night. That's all I'm saying. He said, "Hey yo, they what? You know what I said? They blow, brother." Pause. But with Dragon, it's okay. Naveen said, any idea about Luffy's mother? We don't know exactly. A lot of people think it's Tritoma. Some people think it's Crocodile. Who knows, man? Honestly. He said it's Naveen Yadav. See, I suck at reading. If I didn't say it the first time, I apologize. Naveen Yadav. Got you. Strawberry said he moved on to Haboob. Haboob. Don't look to the west no more. Moved after that Haboob. I see boob. There's only one thing I know that boob is, so you're gonna have to clarify. Yeah, let me know what you're talking about, Strawberry. I don't think you're talking about what I'm thinking about. He said, "I beg your finest pardon." Hey man, we're talking about Dragon, so it's okay. God Valley Dragon is awesome. Hey. That big dust storm I had. Okay, it's called Dust Storm Haboob. Okay, got it. See, you gotta say those words because I don't know that. When I hear boob, I don't think of dust storms. But now I got you. I'm tracking. We all like boob. Oh God. Okay, that's true. But we're not talking about that. Alex, that's true. That's hilarious. Okay, man. Let's get into the chapter, man. No more delays. Let's get into it. And let's read One Piece chapter 1165 here on stream and get into it, man. I'm excited to see what it's talking about. Okay, and I'll do this one. I like this view. Okay, so chapter 1165. Reader request. Beppo sleeping peacefully using Zeus as a pillow. I was about to like freak out because I thought this was like actually like Law in a real cover story. Like that would have been like a pretty crazy way to reveal that he's alive by popping it into a cover story. Hopefully this isn't the afterlife. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know this is just a reader request. But he's sitting in the clouds. He's got birds around him. There's a rainbow. Hopefully, this is not like just the afterlife for Law. Because we know that Law is kind of like a question mark right now. We did see Beppo take him away after Blackbeard, but we don't really know what his actual status is. So hopefully this is not Oda like not subsequently giving us this like subtle ode to know like, yeah, Law is gone and he's just in the clouds in heaven resting peacefully with Beppo. But then again, I'm just probably thinking way too deep into it. What is this right here though? That has like so this is Zeus with like the little snot bubble, Beppo, Law. Is that a sheep? That's got to be a sheep. You said Yomu? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, I'm tracking. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, man. Let's get into the chat. Devine says, what's at the bottom right side? Alex said that's Yomu from Zoe. Okay. So we come back and we have Rox saying, please. You hear that too? Yeah. with the black lightning just spinning off of his blade. Okay. Just kill me. Okay. His words, his attitude, and his expression. Okay, so I see the blade. That must be Rox's blade getting swung? Yeah. At Roger. Yep. Okay. So he says they're all telling different stories. Got it. Okay. The clash is crazy. Oh man, this is crazy, man. This is freaking crazy. Ooh, okay. Punched him right in the nose. I could dig it. Knocks him back. Ooh, okay, Garp. So they're still clashing. Nice little 2v1, and they get knocked back. Okay. Rock's hockey blocked his... Yeah, no, I guess it would have had to because he didn't take any damage from that. So, no, that makes complete sense. Wow. Okay, I could dig it. So they both get knocked back into the rocks. No pun intended. They get knocked back into the rocks. As I said, Garp upscale. I mean, I don't know. Is it? Because, I don't think it's a Garp upscale. I don't think it's a downscale in fairness either, but, you know, he didn't do anything. And two-handed, and beats two-handed Roger with one hand. That is a good point. Wait, why am I not peeping that? I mean, granted, he's Domi Reversi, but Alex, you don't see, Alex, don't feed into my agendas. Because you already know where I'm going. Everybody on this stream knows exactly where I'm going. Alex, don't feed into my agendas. Because you already know where my agenda is. This is 2 times now that I peeped Rox fighting someone with one hand. That's all I'm gonna say. There might be another character out there that wields a sword that also fights with one hand. You guys can connect the dots however you want to. Alex says, also, just Rox winning the clash against Roger with that swing knockback Rock and Gar. Oh, wow. Hold on. Wow. Can I read? Also, just Rox winning the clash against Roger with that swing knocked back Roger and Garp. True. That is true. That is 100% true. Oh my God. Slevin, you know what agenda I'm on. You already know what I'm on. It's Slevin. You already know. You already know. Nigga says no upscale or downscale. It's a 2v1. Right. I'm not scaling anybody. And it's a Domi Reversied Rox too. Who is already, like, regular Rox is already top of the verse. Domi Reversied, he should do this. This is not surprising to me. Okay. Oh, so that attack split the sky. Why does the sky look like that? It's split in half. Did I? Okay, let me go back. Maybe I didn't actually. Oh, yeah, I'm tripping. I didn't even. So he split them by sending them 2 different ways. And then split the sky also with one swing. Wow. Facts. The Domi tax. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That actually makes me very scared for what we're about to see in Elbaf right now. Dang near terrified. Like, that's crazy. All right. Okay. Why does the sky look like that? We got to evacuate before we're all dead. Okay. How are you still alive, by the way? Not alive. Wow, excuse me. Awake. The fact that they're still awake is that, like, a lot of people, I'm not liking how a lot of rando people are not knocked out in this fight. Like, every fight that we see a bunch of conquerors and a bunch of clashing, a bunch of black lightning during clashes, a lot of people are getting knocked out. I'm just like, what is going on? Alex says the conquerors isn't aimed at them. I mean, that's fair. That's fair, but they're in the area. Like, we've seen other situations where clashes have happened and people have just knocked out because of the conquerors and they were close by. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Okay, he says, let's steal the ship and get off this island. What you mean, Rox's ship? You really think he's coming back? This is the end of the Rox pirates. Hurry to the shore. Okay. What did you say, Vice Admiral Garp? Once you've got every living resident and sailor on board, shove off and get out of here. Wow. What's happening on the island, Roger? Once Rayleigh and them get to you, wait off the coast. Okay. I will be back. Isn't it ironic they all got their panels of I will be back, just in different contexts? Like, I guess it's a similar context because they're talking to them, but basically facing Emu. And when Rox did it, he was in the flower room. I will be back. I will be back. Very interesting. Different context, though. Different context, I will say. It's different context. But nonetheless, same energy. Rox, Roger, I came here intending to arrest you both. But, yeah. And my plan was to steal Shocky and the treasure and hightail it out of here. Oh, the jackets came off. Ooh, what a panel, man. Ooh, what a panel. They done threw the coats off, bro. They done threw the coats off. Every gamer knows this because when you're playing a game, this is the moment when you're playing the game and you're losing, but now you got to sit forward in the chair, right? Because you're starting to really have an issue. So you gotta lean forward in the chair and start playing, because it's starting to get serious. Oh, y'all said and the straw hat. No, that's true. The straw hat's on the jacket. Wow, yeah, that's true. Ooh, man. Okay. Instead, shall we team up for a minute? I have a number of issues with this, but I can't afford to let him run free. The coats only come off with facts. So true. Bro, I'm telling you, every gamer knows this moment. When your boy is beating you in a game that you should be smoking him in, you gotta lean forward, bro. You gotta lean forward, because it's like, yeah, nah, like, this is that lean forward moment. If you know, you know. For all my gamers, this is literally that moment for them. Okay, so we're gonna team up for a minute. I have a number of issues with this, but I can't afford to let him run free. Is this okay? You guys remember in Long Ring Longland, right? When Sanji and Zoro had to, which by the way, some people skip that arc, which is crazy to me. But you guys remember in Long Ring Longland when Sanji and Zoro had to team up? And it kind of felt similar to this as far as the dialogue. It's like, instead of us actually being at each other's throats, let's just team up. Exactly. Zaz said 10 seconds. Yeah. Let's just team up for 10 seconds. Granted, this one is we should team up for a minute. You know, I have a number of issues with this, blah, blah, right? The parallel I'm drawing from this is I'm starting to understand really why Garp got Ace, why Roger felt comfortable giving Ace to Garp. Because Sanji and Zoro have the similar parallel to this, at least in this moment. They are seen as brothers, right? They don't necessarily like each other, but they respect each other. And I'm getting that same feeling from these two. And this is probably that moment where it's like, we're on opposite sides, but we're both still good people. And this moment is where Garp knew, like, yeah, nah. From here on, after having to fight Rocks and Emu, nah, you're brothers. You're definitely brothers. I see it. Lau says, still can't trust Garp though. I don't know. I think Garp is definitely, at least in the last 2 chapters, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly. Definitely the last 2. He's kind of shown us that he really is about that action. Like even right now, he's telling his Marines like, yo, let's like get out, like go. I'm just going to take care of it. You guys can go ahead and bounce. At the beginning, remember, he wasn't even really caring about the Celestials that were here, the Innocents that were here. He didn't really care until he found out that Roger was here. He's like, oh yeah, I'm pulling up. I need a squabble real quick. But it's great because at the end of the arc, right, at the end of this, we're seeing that the whole reason he came was to fight Roger, but the whole reason he's staying is to help Roger. So I do think there's been a lot of like character development on Garp's part in God Valley, just by that point alone. So I guess I can understand why you're saying you can't trust Garp, but I will say there's a lot of nuance to him right now. He said, but he's still there almost 40 years later. That's true. Again, I'm not a Garp apologist. I'm not a Garp apologist at all. But what I will say is it's a little bit more nuanced than just saying like he's bad. After at least at this point, I will see what happens after God Valley. But right now, Garp has shown me that at the end of the day, he will ally with the side that is right. He might be just an idiot in a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, he's gonna lock in and do what needs to be done for the right reasons. And he knows now that Emu is behind this, and Saint Saturn as well was a part of this mix too. He didn't switch up. Alex says Garp has no redemption from this. It boils down to, I work for a Nazi regime as a Nazi police to protect the Nazi police. There's a lot of places I can go with that. What's the simplest way I can disagree with this without me saying too much crazy stuff? No. No. I'm just going to say no. I will explain more when everyone comes up, but I'm just going to say no because I feel like I'm going to have to start talking about Nazi Germany to be able to like connect this point. I'm not touching that right now. Won't do it. But I disagree. That's all I want to say. Slevin says, I feel like this chapter helped me understand why Garp stayed in the Marines. I'm not done with it, so I'll see. But I can see him definitely kind of coming around. So is Sengoku. So is Smoker. No, I don't see that with Smoker. Smoker is coming around. I have my like minor issues with Smoker too, but Smoker in this panel right here with Garp, this is a Smoker type panel right here. Like, I don't know if you peeped this. This is a Smoker type panel. Like Fuji and Smoker both have their similarities, but this is a classic like Smoker type situation. Like even back to Punk Hazard's, like dog, I really don't want to do this, but like I kind of gotta do this. Like, I don't want to work with you, but I have to. This is literally like a smoker situation right here. So I'm kind of linking how I feel about smoker to Garp. And I hadn't done that before. So I don't know. I think we do need to slightly chill on Roger now. That's all I'm saying. ABK says W Live, W Reed, W Straw Hats, Straw Hat Podcast. What's the word? What's going on, ABK? Always nice to have you in here, bro. Okay. If the inside man didn't disagree with the regime, oh, there we go, Nazi again. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that when you get up. Let me read this last one. Smoker is gonna quit. He might, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna quit. I think he actually stays and tries to change the Marines from the inside out. And I think he actually becomes an admiral. I'm be honest. In the story, I could see Smoker as an admiral. But that's an agenda for another day. I use the term oppressive regime. No, that's not even the word necessarily. It's just I would have to, for me to give you the full reason why I disagree, I would have to go into the inner workings of that, because I got to give you a longer explanation. That is better wording though, but I'd have to really break it down, and it's not the time though. But I will take that on. ABK, last comment. ABK says Smoker parallel just shows if Garp was a fraud, he would be Smoker. Whoa. Wait, ABK, hold on. Let me read that again. Smoker parallel just shows if Garp was a fraud. Wait, you saying Smoker's a fraud? Wait. Okay, I gotta read it. ABK, bro. Okay, you know, I just gotta keep reading. I gotta keep reading. I'm gonna get back to that comment. That is nuts. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we have Rox goes to slash Roger. Wow, not Roger. Garp jumps and flies over him. Oh, wait. So the attack misses, but Garp also misses him? Okay. Oh, he dashes at him. And I guess Garp had to, like, dodge that move too? Okay. Roger. Alex says, Rox tries to stab, then Garp jumps over him. Okay, because I couldn't tell, because in this panel up here, it looks like Garp is like free falling type thing. Because he has control of his jump right here. Right? After Rox misses. But it looks like he's like flying away at this point. He's like literally upside down. That's kind of where I'm slightly confused. But either way, he doesn't get hit with the attack. I know that much. All right, so we have Roger who swings on Rox's back. And it hits him. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So he goes around him after he gets hit. That look you've got. The curse. He grabs his foot. And what happens? He throws him. Is there any way to break it? Just wake up. Okay. A lot of Black Knighting. Good Lord. Alex says Garp lands grabbing Rox's foot for the throw. Got it. Okay. I'm tracking. Faster. Roger's going to keep fighting until we've evacuated the island. That hockey's off the charts. Got a spot for me on the ship, I assume? Gloriosa. You're funny, Gloriosa. She's going to try to go with Roger. I like it. I like it. Listen up, Kaido. You owe me for the rest of your life. Ooh. That's what you were talking about, Nika. Okay, I got you. Ooh. Oh, the agendas and the theories are about to spin off of that. Now I see what you were talking about all weekend. Ooh. Okay. You owe me for the rest of your life. You're gonna make good on that. Fat chance. It was finders keepers, Lin, and you lost. Just watch me. I'm going to create a new crew where violence rules all. Emu left, by the way, I think at the end of last chapter, and Saturn's leaving now. Okay, I mean, if Emu's not in this chapter, then that makes sense. ABK says he was literally flying in Hachinosu because how fast he was moving. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He literally was flying. I don't really like this moment for Big Mom. Why? I think it's a setup, honestly. The agendas, man. The theories about the flow. I think this is a setup. You think you're hot stuff now? Keep dreaming of the day you beat me. It'll never come. Come on, Lin. Let's get moving. Carry this treasure. I'll come and collect one day. Oh. We gonna talk about that. And I'll be waiting to crush your spirit. We are gonna talk about that, man. Okay. So Rox knocks Roger back. Alex says makes Big Mom more of a bully rather than the former portrayal. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. You're the one who knocked down that mountain? Aren't you, Newgate? Who are you? Who are you? Okay, rando dude just chilling on a rock. Looks like your pirate crew's falling apart. The name's Graham. Captain of the Polo. Okay. So that's not Marco. That's Marco's pops. Marco Polo. That's funny, Fully. That's actually very funny. That's very funny. I didn't even peep that. Yeah, that's his pops. That would make sense because it's like, why is Marco there fighting? We were trying to figure that out. Okay. Captain of the Polo Pirates. Polo Graham. Interesting. Why is he just chilling there, by the way? I'm a big fan of yours. Say, you got no ship to go back to, huh? Team up with me instead. Get out of my hair. Okay. Wait a minute. Actually, hold on. Wait. Time out. Why is Whitebeard not helping? Why is he not helping them? Am I like tripping? Like, why are you here? Right? Roger and Garp are there. And you're not like interested. You just saw what happened to Rox. Why are you? Okay. That's weird. Whitebeard. Whitebeard's a fraud. He left Rox and Odin out to die. I gotta drink some water on that, bro. That's crazy. Oh man. Hey, I don't know. Shari says you want him to fight his captain. That's a fair question, right? That's a fair question. But like, you should. I'm at least gonna investigate, cause like, bro, you was one way with us, literally like 10 seconds ago. Now 10 seconds later, we not nothing to you. What's going on? Right? Like, Luffy just had a similar situation with Sanji. When it's like, well, granted, Sanji wasn't Domi Reversi, but you'll hear the parallel. Bro goes to Whole Cake Island. He's like, what the freak is, yo? Like, this ain't even you. I didn't sail with you all this time, and now all of a sudden you ain't with the crew no more. Like, nah, bro. I'm about to figure out what's going on. Like, we not doing this. Like, I'm gonna investigate, right? And I see your comment, ABK. He says Whitebeard doesn't have voice of all things. He didn't hear rocks crying for help. That's okay. That's okay. He doesn't need to have the voice of all things to be able to have the mental capacity to realize something's not right. Now, Nika makes a good point. He's conflicted that it was his captain. He thinks Rocks really betrayed him, possibly. I hear you. But again, Luffy had the similar situation with Sanji and went to at least go investigate. He didn't just leave him out there to dry, which, by the way, this is a Slevin upscale. Slevin, huge upscale to you, because you made this point in the video that I clipped for you when you were talking about Whole Cake with these other pirate captains, basically just saying, yeah, like, you know, Evan, you're going to go off to go get married? All right, like, you know, whatever, right? That was literally a Slevin quote. Fast forward to this chapter, I'm watching Whitebeard not go and investigate. This is your boy, it's your man's, bro. You were just standing right next to him in like one of the best panels of God Valley, right there with Kaido. And it's like, dang, you don't like me no more? All right, for sure. Where's the ship at? It's time to leave. I don't know. That's crazy. But I'm not calling him a fraud, though. I don't know what agenda. I'm not on the Whitebeard's a fraud agenda. I'm not with that. But I am saying, like, yo, that's kind of weird. ABK says, oh, yeah, for sure, Ree. I was just pointing that out. I said he was a fraud to begin with. Oh, okay. See, all right. Well, me and you are not on the same agenda, but we are agreeing on certain points. So I'll let you have that agenda. Whitebeard didn't hear the cry because it wasn't for him. Same way all of Law's crew didn't have voice of all things just because Luffy could use the voice of all things to speak to them. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. ABK, why would he only cry for Roger and Garp and not his right-hand man? I don't know. Maybe because they were the only ones that could help him at that time. I don't know. We knew Rox's crew was like that already for themselves. No, see, okay, I gotta disagree though, Strawberry. I have to disagree with you because we thought that they were like that, right? We know that some of them may not be all for Rox. That's fair. But the three that were standing in that panel, Kaido, Whitebeard, Rox, nah, those are boys, right? Like the propaganda that we've heard all throughout One Piece is, yo, they wasn't even really like rocking with each other for real. No pun intended. They wasn't really homies. We know now that Rox, Whitebeard, Kaido, those three are boys. So I can't even accept that comment because that doesn't really connect anymore. Now that we've seen and know what we know. Let me see. I think Garp was a factor for him too. Oh, for why he didn't go and help? I mean, okay. I mean, I guess I'll accept that. But still, man, like, I don't even want to connect that all the way either because, bro, Luffy went into Big Mom's territory to get Sanji back. And he didn't even know if he really was trying to leave the crew or not. He was just like, nah, he wouldn't do that to me. And he went to go investigate in a Yonko territory. with not even his entire crew. He literally split the crew to go do that. So it's like, nah, bro. I've seen this before. This I don't like it. He even did it for Robin too. If we want to connect another parallel. Slevin says, but I feel like Whitebeard knows something's up with his captain. What I don't like is he ain't doubled down and find out what's going on with his captain. He didn't have to. Right. That's exactly what I said. The flashback bringing Whitebeard stocks way down. Oh, granted, I haven't finished this chapter yet. I'm still trying to finish out the chapter. So maybe Whitebeard turns around and hey man, he might don't spoil it for me. But I'd like to think that at the end of this chapter, Whitebeard's like, man, F all that talking. And he goes down with that freaking sword and Yagam and gives us another named attack. I'm gonna say that's what he does. Don't tell me that it doesn't happen. I don't want to know. Basically, it just means Whitebeard is good for rocks, and he thinks Roger and Garp have a better chance of taking him down. I don't know. Whitebeard stocks are way down. Did Whitebeard go grab Blackbeard? Did Whitebeard go grab Ace? No, I mean, Strawberry, you're setting up the Whitebeard fraud allegations. I don't want to go that far because I'm not with that. I'm not with the Whitebeard fraud allegations, but what I am with is the Whitebeard needs to explain a few things. That's it. Luffy is the realest Nika on the planet. We can't compare anyone to him. I love the double entendre. It is amazing. Okay, a couple more comments. Thatch got murdered and Whitebeard didn't want to do nothing about it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Hey, man. I am not a Whitebeard defender, but you're spitting, bro. The smoker comment you made is pure agenda. Oh, yeah, the one earlier, that is facts. He got up in the midst of an evacuation, same as Big Mom and Kaido, and like them, was told he's an impediment to his captain. Alex, I hear you, but that does not change the fact that Luffy went through the same thing. Luffy went through the exact same thing. And they're on the island with him. Luffy went to a whole Yonko territory with literally not even his entire crew to go retrieve that man. I'm just not hearing that, bro. I'm not, bro. He didn't go after Ace, knowing how dangerous Blackbeard is, and let the situation get way worse. Yeah. Whitebeard only feat in this flashback is by accident. Yo, y'all are cooking him, bro. Y'all are cooking him, bro. It's not the same. Okay. Fighting rocks, not how Whitebeard gets his family. They all had their goal, and fighting your captain, a Navy dog, and a dragon, a lot for Whitebeard to deal with. All right. We gonna have to talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But again, I know that rocks, like, surely Whitebeard is about to pull up and, land a slash on and save them at the end of the chapter. Whitebeard does not go back to his ship. I know he doesn't. So we're good. I know he's about to get in the mix. Hey, where did Newgate go? Don't ask me. What are you doing, Dragon? Calm down. Oh, shoot. No. Hey, let's get it, Dragon. What are you people doing? Did you know what we were aiding here? Dragon, put them on our ship right now. We have to rescue them. And if anyone argues against it, I'll execute him on the spot. See, That's my goddamn goat, bro. That's my goddamn goat, bro. I'm tired of the dragon slander. My man said, F all that talking, bro. If you got anything to say it to the muzzle of my gun. Period. Wow. Okay. This isn't going to end here, Dragon. It better not. Ooh, Dragon, man. The winds of fate are coming, bro. The winds of fate are coming. Rayleigh, Gabon, where are you going? Don't you dare follow us. Take the ship out into the open water and wait. Oh, they came back. Oh, yo, hold on, bro. If they get into the mix, because he dropped Shockey off. Okay. Nah, bro. Okay. We about to see. That island will never have existed. Understood? Ooh, with the ringed eyes. Okay. The God Valley incident. S-level top secret classification. Records of clandestine operations and special hazard pay for Naval Base G11 and Cipher Pole number 6. Okay. Registry of participants in the human hunt expunged. Site of event, God Valley. Island location area. Population details erased. Number of fatalities unknown. Garp, did you know about that enormous black monster the government has? And they call themselves the good guys. Can't believe it either. Okay, hold on a second. If you're gonna quit the Navy, come join us. Don't be an idiot. If I quit, who's going to watch out for the rank and file? Oda, you heard me. You've heard us. You've heard the community. Everyone needed a panel. We needed a panel. We needed a panel for Garp to stay out of the fraud watch camp. And Oda was like, you know what? Here you go. Stop talking about Garp. I think Oda wants us to love Garp. And I don't think he expected the community to start to feel that Garp was a fraud. And this panel might have actually just saved him. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Well, hey, that has to put all of the dragon or the Garp slander to bed officially. I think it's done. All the stuff we were talking about before, it's over. It's actually over. He said nothing will bring him out of fraud watch. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. Garp admits he's okay working for an oppressive regime and enforcing their rule to protect the police of the oppressive regime. We're going to talk about it. Foley says Navy rank and file over slaves. Ooh. No, I actually do have something for that. But I want you to bring that comment back up when we bring everybody up, because I do have a response for that, Foley. I do have a response. Dragon's such a real one. He rubbed off on Luffy and just by facing his direction and birthing him, I guess. I mean, Dragon's that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Dragon's that dude. Dragon's that dude. Okay. Let me see what we're talking about. It all comes down to mass, doesn't it, Garp? Mass? What do you mean? First of all, the color of armament is a power that doesn't yield to the devil fruits. And on top of that, I was wreathed in color of Supreme King. There's no way it couldn't have hurt him. Yeah, but he was guarding with Supreme King too, so they cancel out. Exactly my point. There's no damage unless we surpass that. Okay. If it's all down to who wears out first, we'll lose. There's no way to keep up with a monster like that thing. So you want to hit him with a critical mass of Supreme King Haki? Critical mass? Okay. What is this? Exactly. Don't even think about whatever stamina you'd need after that. In that case, you're saying we don't come back from this alive. Hunter. I'm feeling Hunter vibes. I'm feeling Hunter vibes. Gon versus Pito. I'm using all the power that I have to be able to beat this person, even though obviously these two live somehow. Just want to throw that out there. If you see Hunter, you know. If we can pull this off, all three of us will be down for the count. But if we miss, we're done for. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. There we go. Listen up, Rocks. I don't know what I can say to console you. I don't know what happened to you either. But there's one thing I do recognize. I recognize your sorrow. Jeez, man. It's rough. Don't cry, you idiot. God of Fire. Infinitum. Wait, is this? Oh, this is Garp's attack. Wait, what am I looking at? Roger's not attacking, he's crying. Garp is punching. Oh, shoot. Ace explosion? Wait, hold on. Wait, let me go back because I mean, hold on. Gotta fire Ace. Got it. Okay, they're two different. Okay, see, this is why I gotta take the time. Reread. Okay, got it. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Okay. God of Fire Ace Infinitum explosion. Got it. Now I'm tracking. Okay. Got it. God of Fire Ace. Which I know his sword is named Ace. So God of Fire? I like it. And did they... Wait, that was it? Wait, hold on a second, bro. Wait a minute. The world government attempted to cover up everything that happened here. But the downfall of Rox Diesebek and his lawless band of followers, the Rox Pirates, who wreaked havoc on their era, cast unmistakable reverberations that shook the very end. So they did it in one attack. Okay. I mean, I'm assuming that that's actually going to be like more epic in the anime. Yeah, it has to be. That's okay. All right, man, go off. Okay, I'm dropping the link. If you want to come up, you are welcome to jump on the stream and talk some One Piece, man. Okay, let me get my stuff set up. I didn't even see my Instagram people. Oh, Blue on Instagram. I didn't even see a lot of these. Okay. Strawberry in the building. Hold on one second, Strawberry. There you go. What's going on, Strawberry? And I'll pull this chapter back up so I can see it. Caden Silva on Instagram says, yo, I met Gold D. Rogers dub voice actor yesterday. Oh, that's tough. That's what's up. Blue on Instagram, White Bear Kaido and Big Mom are undamaged. Domi Rocks is so weak, bro. I don't think he actually. I think in that moment he probably had a little bit of ability to like not with his full power. What's going on, Za?
What up?
What's going on, Nika?
Stop.
25. He says, "Hope you're getting both views. I'm listening on YouTube, but I came here to comment." Oh, yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yo, you gotta see the name, right? You gotta see my name.
Saint, hold on, let me pull the names up because I can't even see the whole thing. 1 second. The Enlightened Rev. What?
Let's go, Za. Za upscale.
Wait. Is this a turning moment
Za
in my
upscale.
boy Za's life?
Za upscale.
I told you I love Dragon God Valley. He's been the most entertaining to me as a person figuring out the world.
Okay.
I love what he did this chapter. Like, that's something I could see a Garp doing, something I could see a Smoker doing. I think he set the stage for a lot of those Marines.
Okay.
Remember, Smoker does that. Yeah, I can hear you. Remember, Smoker does that at the end of Alabasta. Well, just not roughing up his day, but he does the same thing. He tells the higher ups to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. I want to explain something to you real quick. So the way the attacks are, Garp's is infinitum explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Shout that, and it reflects Luffy, the Gatling attack, Kobe upscale also. So stay tuned for that. And then Roger's attack is the most impressive because it's called Kagatsuchi no Ace.
Uh-huh.
It's God of Fire Ace. He's the name of the sword, but it's also the name of the attack.
Yep.
Which means that Ace was meant to get the flame fruit. Because the sword is named Ace and the attack is called God of Fire. Then translate that, it means all the more for Sabo to have gotten that fruit.
Yep.
So Sabo upscale, Kobe upscale. That's how I read that engagement. Also, Zoro upscale as well, because the way they're prepping their attacks is the same way Luffy and Zoro prepped their attacks when they hit Aqua Laguna. So it's a parallel there, and it's also an upscale for those four characters. But that's all I wanted to say for now. I'll wait for the rest of the breakdown when it's my turn for real.
Hey,
but yeah, Sabo upscale. I had to call that out first and foremost. So.
I can dig it.
Big flame, benevolence.
3D says Isho, Smokey, Kobe, the only current Marines I respect.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. I like what he said, but everyone in Sword I also respect. Wanted to say that.
Valid. Okay. All right. Let's get into it, man, because I got a lot of questions after this. The theories are spinning even in my head right now. I didn't take notes because I was just reading, but I wish I did because I actually have a lot of questions that I want to ask. So, F it, man. What's up, nigga?
I was gonna ask you, because I saw one of your comments, but I had the baby in my hand at the time. Was some of what I was putting down this weekend starting to click for you now?
This chapter is very intriguing. I'm gonna be honest.
Cool.
Very intriguing.
Cool.
So,
I'll leave it there. I'm very subtle tonight. I'll leave it there.
Strawberry, please grace us with your thoughts, please, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Somebody's background.
Hold on, I got it. One sec. I think that's you, Fully. Were you at like opening a bag? Yeah.
It was my dog. She had like a little thing. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I feed the creature. Okay.
It's all good. What's your thoughts, Strawberry?
So for me, 10 out of 10 chapter. I absolutely love it. For context, for people who don't know me, I am I more so enjoy reading the story. I don't theorize too much like Nika and Ree and Fuli. That don't really theorize for me. So, I'm not going to go there. But, okay. So I did want to point out, I was not saying that Whitebeard is a fraud. I was just saying, in the times that we met him, in the times that we have seen him, he doesn't really go after people like that. He allows them to live as they are. You're still my family regardless. That I feel like that's the vibes that I get from Whitebeard, because he let Ace go get Blackbeard. He was not about to go get Blackbeard, even though he was one of his members. And that was the thing that you did not do, was kill one of his members. Even your captain, didn't tell you to go get him. Let Blackbeard go. And to be honest, in reality, now that we're seeing this, the reason why he probably really did that was because of who Blackbeard's father really is. So, I'm not about to go stop Blackbeard. Hey. Because, well, and this is probably the question, was I able to really stop Rox? Could I really stop Rox if I wanted to? Or was Rox just that dude? And Blackbeard, you are your father's son. So I don't think I can stop you either, even if I wanted to.
I'm not going to lie, Strawberry. Everything you're saying is true, but you're making the case for what you're not arguing for. That's the only issue. You're making the case that's actually validating the Whitebeard fraud claims. Like, I know what you mean, though, but everything you're saying are true statements, but they're only validating the fact that maybe these people saying that he's a fraud have a little bit.
Maybe the truth is bringing things to the light.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness. No, I would. Okay, so for me, I would never call Whitebeard a fraud. I absolutely love his character, and I love how he is with his crew. I think it's a very natural thing, especially if we're looking at it from a parental standpoint, which Whitebeard chooses to be. He chooses to just be a father. That
was his downfall, though.
But this is what I'm saying. Isn't that not the downfall of a father in general? It really kind of is.
Yeah, that's the parental downfall.
Right. If you let your children do what they want to do, they have to suffer the consequences of their own actions. It's not technically a reflection on once they get to a certain age. And Blackbeard was definitely a full-fledged adult. Once they get to a certain age of understanding, you on your own. It's not a reflection of how I raised you or how I taught you things. Now it's on you as a full-fledged adult in our society.
Are we talking about Ace too? We talking about Ace and Blackbeard? Because
leave it alone.
You gotta call it out.
It's
It
one of those
doesn't
things,
need
though.
to be like this, okay? You don't need to have this much hatred in your court, okay?
This is not hatred. This is not hatred.
Every single
I'm
time
gonna ask you
I
this,
bring up an adult.
Strawberry. I want to ask just to go along your trend of what you're saying.
Yes.
What is one moment now that we know so much about Whitebeard where you say Whitebeard did this one thing and this is why he's not a fraud? Like if you had to dispute the claims, this is your moment to say, stand on your truth. Whitebeard's not a fraud. Give me your best argument as to why he's not a fraud.
As to why? Oh my goodness.
All the people in the comments are saying he's a fraud. You're like, he's not. I'm not saying he is either. I just want you to make the case. What Whitebeard's done to show you, like, nah, he did this one thing, and that's why he's not a fraud.
Hold up. I gotta think back on.
Yeah,
on my
lately.
list. It's been a minute since Whitebeard has been brought up. So, oh, you know what? I'll say this. This is the one thing when I think about it comes to mind. When Whitebeard, hey, small people, love you. Shut up. So for Whitebeard, this is the one moment that I can truly say is at Marineford when he stood in front of Blackbeard and still, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I took it is he still accepted Blackbeard.
He did. Chose not to kill him.
Wait, that is well too. But Strawberry, what about his entrance in general? You know what I'm saying? His interest in general was straight G. Like the way he even pulled up to Marineford was just like straight standing on everything. Just
I see no fraud allegations for Whitebeard. I'm with y'all too. I think this is like more manly for him, if anything. Like he just got told by his captain that he's an impediment, and he's like, all right, let's go ahead and go then. They won't evacuate anybody. Like that's what Kaido and Big Mom did too. I see this like good all their characters.
Oh my goodness!
Like if Luffy just tells Usopp to leave, Usopp leaves in that moment. Like Usopp don't just stay around and hang out. Like that's kind of what happens. Your captain tells you to go, you got to go.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. And Slevin, you're right. His entrance was absolutely hands down
epic
entrance into a war. But my grounding argument, you know, going back to Reese's question, is again, you're standing in front of a person, you're standing in front of a man that you call your son, who killed one of your other sons for a devil fruit that he truly wanted, left. Your other son that went after him got captured, all these other things. It led to a series of events. Whitebeard still stood in front of Blackbeard, did not turn his back on him, even in his moment of, you know what? I know I'm out the game now, so, you know, Blackbeard, I'm still going to face you, man to man, or father to son, however you want to look at it, however you remember. This is how I remembered it in my head. Blackbeard stood in front of his child and allowed his child to pretty much be like, Pops, you gone. Okay. That's my fate, though. That is my fate. If this is it, so be it. I won't turn my back on you. I never have.
Okay.
You know, to me, that by itself makes Whitebeard not a fraud. And it's just very consistent with his character. You know, Whitebeard is known for all of, you know, his sons, you know, his crew, they're known for not turning their back on a fight, turning their back on one another. And Whitebeard, the 10 toes down, you know, knowing that he was going to die by the hands of someone that he called his son.
I kind of disagree with that, though, because first of all, he told, in his dying moments, he told Blackbeard, you're not him.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
One. Two, if you would have taken care of the problem when Ace announced that shit,
you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's true, Nika. But again, if especially with this God Valley scenes,
because that's Rock's kid.
Are we really going to fight the?
He was just.
I know.
No, wait. Hold on. Let me finish my point because my sister was trying to tell me something now.
Oh, okay.
All right. He told Blackbeard you're not him. Then he told him I should have never even let you on my shit while having the guy in the chokehold.
Thank you.
Unleashing Quake.
Thank you.
To the point where he's ready to. Yes, I give you the credit. He wanted to take care of him. You take care of it yourself. But when the problem was way smaller, and it was just Blackbeard with what 4 men and a horse.
Should have stopped.
Where was that energy to take the whole Whitebeard pirate and just sail and take care of that problem? You might have lost maybe 1 man, maybe 2, but I don't think Blackbeard himself would have died. Don't get me wrong, it's mad contextual stuff. You can argue about it, but I feel like this is why Dragon tells us a child is a parent's downfall. Whitebeard, to me, is the most. In that sense, he's real as a parent, but then he's arrogant as a pirate because you man this crew off. You're like loyal to your crew. Like no matter what Ace, Jozu, Vista, all these guys are capable of, you're banking on the fact that you're the strongest man in the world. You're Whitebeard and you can take care of your crew.
Yeah,
you surrounded your crew with what 80? Like if we're gonna talk about Big Mom and her kids, all of Whitebeard pirates are Whitebeard's kids. Mm-hmm. You riddled yourself with weakness by surrounding yourself with your children with weakness, and that whole thing preaches loudly right here because you didn't take care of the problem and it came back to bite you in the ass hard, like Rockweiler. Like you're running and you get bit. Like he chewed off a good piece.
In his mind, he wanted to let the problem go. Like Rock's, he knows this is Rock's son. He he's wanted to let the problem go. It was never like about getting the problem.
But that's bad though, Alex.
That's bad
because Strawberry literally just said out her mouth that she's giving him props for standing 10 toes and facing the issue. You didn't. When Ace told you and Shanks told you, you said nah, just leave it alone. You turned your back on it. You said leave it be and let it rock.
Yeah, because he still wanted Teach to be able to leave and let rock. He still wanted Teach to live.
And that's arrogant. That's bad. That's bad.
Even when he didn't tell Teach, I'm sorry about letting you on the crew. It was like, you not the D that Broad was looking for.
Ree has a whole reel of me snapping on this shit about Blackbeard and his conniving interests. The dude literally, taking Whitebeard's power and position was always in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't getting Ace just happened. He wanted Luffy, but taking Whitebeard's fruit and dismantling him and taking his power as a Yonko in territories was always in this man's plan. So you could sit here and say Whitebeard did this and did that. If you're really his father, you should know what this motherfucker's capable of. You know what I'm saying? And if you know Rock, and you saw how Rock
plotting against you though. That's your son.
If you saw how Rock
love, why would you think he against you?
At the end of the day, what did Rock do? In your eye, Newgate, what did Rock do? He betrayed y'all. What is Blackbeard doing here? The parallel is paralleling right now, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. So to me, I'm not calling Whitebeard. I'm not gonna say Whitebeard's a fraud. I just think he's an arrogant. He just became arrogant within his. You know how Zal like to say like Shanks and Dragon just became complacent? That was Whitebeard. He became the uncrowned king and just wanted to sail with his family, and you paid the price for that complacent arrogancy, man.
Right.
It always happens.
I can accept that.
That's what happened.
That's fair comparison.
And you're right in saying that, Nika. I just want to be clear. So I won't retract what I said, but let me rephrase it for the people in the back. Okay. So I will take that. Whitebeard as a parent, yes, absolutely amazing. Well, I won't say amazing because you still made mistakes.
You're right. He is amazing. He did
not to evil, not to his own son, not to his real blood.
I mean, listen, you know what?
Let's stop it.
with you tonight.
Don't fall for it.
Just saying. Y'all here talking about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Don't fall for Alex's leg, dude.
We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about how you don't paying child support. He ain't looking at the
You're right, Alex. You're right. So Strawberry, the point you were making.
After Alex just spit that amazing bar right there, you know. So yes, as a pirate, yes, very just no go. As a pirate captain, I'll say, as a pirate captain, yeah, kind of wishy-washy there. But as a parent, for what Whitebeard wanted to do, yes, I think he understood his sons completely. He probably already knew that Blackbeard was going to do whatever he did. Most parents do. Most parents know their children that well. Like, I already knew you were going to pull some stuff like that. That's why I prepared myself for it. And that's why I told everybody, just let it go. You know, that boy's going to do what that boy wants to do. Yeah, as a parent, I'm not saying as a pirate captain that that's a good thing to do. But as a parent, we tend to do that. We know our children well enough to where we don't want to stop them from what they truly want to do. So yes, in Marineford, when he stood in front of Blackbeard, but Whitebeard already knew that he was gonna be dead. Okay, it's fine. At that point, to me, okay, I'm gonna make peace with it. You are now the last person that I'm gonna see before I.
But that's all credit. Okay, that's all to your first point that you had said, where you were basically stating just now that Whitebeard. Rehash what you just said. Please, if you can, rehash what you just said one more time.
Oh, I'm terrible at rehashing. What did I just say? So I just said, as a parent.
Boom. No, never mind. I got you. You did know all your kids except for one. That's the problem. You knew all your children except the one that actually
know Blackbeard, though. I really wholeheartedly.
Watch this. If he is Rock, if you really knew he was Rock's son, you should have always expected some shit. And when you expect, you should have took care of it. That's why I think you should have stepped on it when it was a small problem before it became a big one. Because you had your all-star commander Ace tell you this and even storm off your ship against your orders, and then you had Yonko.
Got love for him though.
You had Yonko come remind you like, yo, this shit is real. You probably should take care of this, man. Call Ace back.
And to Nika's point, remember, Whitebeard wanted to make Ace the Pirate King. If he said that to you, you should have listened to him even more. You should have valued that shit even more. And you didn't let it become a problem. Like, once again, it's the arrogance, it's complacency for Whitebeard. It's not,
because y'all making them choose which one he love more, Roger or Rox. Because, like, he loved both of them, so he gonna love both their kids. He's not gonna choose between the kids. Come on now.
Wait,
I don't know how you just spun that for that, but okay.
I'll let it go. I didn't even say that.
He's being the father to their kids that they couldn't like be to like because they wasn't as good as fathers as him.
That's all of that.
Boy, in terms of pirate shit, he got to be the father to Rock's kid. He got to be the father of Roger's kid. He love them both because he had love for Roger and Rox. But like he not going to start choosing which one he decided he liked more or something like that.
No one's asking you to do that. That's retarded. He betrayed the only rule you had on your pirate shit. You're the dad. Put belt to ass. Simple. Yeah. You're bugging.
No, you're right.
You're bugging.
You're bugging.
When it comes to
that's one of the favorites. You can't do that to him.
When it comes to like Whitebeard, really quick, when he was sailing with Rox, was he kind of aware of Rox's plan? For real? Exactly. I don't think he knew. I don't think anybody in the Rox pirate, like they knew what Rox was really like doing for real.
Hold on, Slab. My bad. I got that confused for a second. They did know the plan. We got panels of Blackbeard of Rox literally sitting there explaining the plan. Yo, we need the 2 double flips. We need the armor.
Right, but they
didn't know about his family, but they knew the plan.
And like the Davy clan and all of that situation.
They didn't know the Davy.
Okay. All right. So he kept them out of the loop of certain things. And I'm pretty sure Whitebeard, being pretty savvy, was aware that information was being left out. So I feel like I'm not taking up for Whitebeard. I'm not taking up for him because again, as a homie and as a captain, you should be holding shit down. But regardless, yeah, okay, he walked away from Rox, but I feel like he
I'm
let
fine with
Blackbeard.
walking away from Rocks. My bad, Fled. My bad.
However he went about it, but also I feel like he let Blackbeard do what he do, let him get away with what he did was because one, as a parent, he felt guilty because he didn't hold it down for his father for real. So he felt guilty. He let him rock and was like, maybe he will fulfill what his pops was supposed to do. So leave him alone. Let him rock. You know, let Ace leave him alone. Let's not go after Blackbeard. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it was wrong because yes, they should have, you know, given the fact what we kind of know about what Blackbeard has done or whatever, you know, we should have definitely nipped it in the bud. But I guess Whitebeard, in a sense, was just kind of letting shit rock because of rocks.
I think he's letting it rock because like he loves Rocks and Roger, so he's gonna love both their kids. He's not gonna choose between them, but at the same time, I think
and Goldie was there too.
I agree with like Kez on like you do know he's like coming for you because like that is always in Blackbeard's plan, and like if you a good dad, maybe you know that. I don't know if he knows that particularly.
Bro, Shanks pulls up and tells him, "Yo, he's going to come for you." Like he's
too many people are telling you for you not
y'all
to
can't
listen.
make an excuse for this shit. This is copium, bro. This is. I'm not gonna lie.
They just said he was a threat. He didn't say he coming for your spot.
He said his Reed, can you please pull up the panel of Shanks talking to Whitebeard, please? Please, let me. I can read it out to you and spell it out. Like if you don't get man to man, if you don't get what Shanks is telling you here, you're cooked. You're intellectually cooked. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I want to say that's the chapter.
Cooked. And I'm not even talking about y'all. I'm talking about Whitebeard. If you don't get what Shanks is telling you, you're intellectually cooked. I felt like Whitebeard did get what Shanks was saying. And when it came to hey, he had to go to war, Whitebeard knew he was
Rocks.
He knew he wasn't gonna leave that out. He's leaving
not Rocks. Roger and
Dika, that's what I was saying. Is that Whitebeard knew when he went to Marineford that he was not coming back. I feel wholeheartedly that Whitebeard understood the assignment. You know,
I agree with you.
Going with everything, this is what I have to give, which is what a lot of parents do. So, my bad. To bring it back to Ree, to bring it back to Ree, you know, to me, yes, that moment in Marineford, that for all the Whitebeard haters in the comments who think he's a fraud, to me, he was not a fraud.
I'm not saying he's a fraud. I just think he made a very bad decision with the Blackbeard stuff.
Right. As a captain, we could have did better. But as a parent, 100%, I think you did a fantastic job, especially, again, with parents, they know their kids, all right? Even if he didn't know if Blackbeard was Rox's child or not, parents know their children. They know, he knew Ace wanted to go after him, okay? So, and he knew, you know, and with Shanks, oh, well, your son is coming for you. Okay, let him be. To me, that means I accept my fate. I accept that.
Well, I got a question for you, Strawberry. Kind of want everybody to give an answer though. So when Whitebeard sat down with Roger under that tree and they were talking, do you think Roger and Whitebeard gave Whitebeard any clarity about the rocks moment?
What moment are you talking about?
The when they were under the tree, he was like, "Hey, I've got a person on my ship with the D, and you got a D too. Like, so what's the whole thing with the D clan, with the D initial?" And Roger was like, "You want me to tell you? It's a story from way back when."
I think he told him about
Roger decided to unhash that.
About like the Rocks.
He's probably unhashing what happened with Rocks and shit like that. Do you think there was any clarity given to Whitebeard on Rocks, on the situation on God Valley?
I don't think on Rocks. I think it's about like the D history and like the D's themselves, like the different clans and all that. Yeah, but like I don't think anything on Rocks.
I think he did.
I love that answer.
I think he did. I think he did.
You would have to talk about Rocks.
And I think that's what
say no.
I love Strawberry's answer. You know, I love Strawberry's answer.
I didn't hear anything just now.
I said that you can't say no.
Okay, so not just me. I'm
sorry.
You said you can't say no, Reed? That's what you said?
Yeah, you can't say no to him. There's no way that you could say there's no way that he told him. It's very possible that he did.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying
his
to
name
say.
is Raj Dizabek. He's telling him about a story from way back then. The dude's talking about the D name and all that. I'm pretty sure if he's telling him, hey, my name's not Gold Roger, it's Gold D Roger. I'm pretty. Whoa, wait, hold up. Okay, Marshall D. Teach. You know what? My captain's name was Raj Dizabek. I'm pretty sure conversations had. That's just me. Like Rock's name brought up. Oh, Rock. You want to talk about Rock?
Yeah, I don't. I think he's just talking about the
sure
history of the D and
like
like where the D came from. I don't think it requires them to talk about every person they know with the D.
But why would you not talk about someone like Rock though? That's what I'm saying. With everything that happened, with everything that Roger went on to discover, I'm pretty sure with Roger discovering some of the things he knows Emu. He probably figured out, hey, Emu's probably not what, you know what I mean, the world government, the Celestials are probably, he probably knows the history. He's telling them, he literally say, let me tell you a story from way back when, which means he probably knows a lot more than we give credit for.
Yep.
He can hear the poneglyphs. He didn't need to read them all. He can hear voice of all things can hear the poneglyphs. Don't even need to read them all. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure something came up. But anyone else had a different answer besides a yes? Like with me, Reed, and Za?
The only reason I say yes is because I think that kind of is what, like I was telling you on Discord, I think a lot of them are just depressed. A lot of these Yonkos are depressed, like the Kaidos, the Big Moms, the Whitebeards. They literally saw their captain kind of say, yo, I don't need you anymore. And then he got clarity on that shit. That's why he became sick, and he's a drunken father. That's all Whitebeard really is at the end of the day. Like, he's sitting back there just having the nurses. He's kind of a drunken person at this point. Depressed as fuck. It's kind of sad, bro. It's actually kind of sad.
I strangely agree. I cannily agree with his dream.
Like I really think about it like this. He just has the nurses around him. He knows his health is bad, and he still drinks. And it's just
Marco even says it. He drinks and starts rambling. That's what he does.
Yeah,
he's not. I know it sounds crazy, but he's not contextually wrong here. Like,
he's no different than Kaido. Kaido just drinks all the time.
And then when he drinks, he starts talking about the gods, the people that were on the red line first. The shit he probably got from Roger. Info he probably got from Roger. So I'm just saying it. Like the points are all adding up here.
You can segue into your thoughts on the chapters.
Okay. Strawberry, did you give her a rating? Oh yeah, she gave it whatever. I give it a strong 10. I loved everything about this. I love the Garp explaining like, yo, hockey still conquers all. Yo, One Piece fans are weird because I was seeing on Twitter, they're like, I don't like this, that. I'm like, yo, dog, we have literally been saying hockey conquers all. And they're like, it's just showing that you still need to have a strong punch. I'm like, yo, Garp is literally explaining physics and all that type of stuff.
Physicals. That's what I said.
And One Piece fans were still upset. That's why I knew, you know what?
They don't get fired.
This was Black Blade Lord too, man.
Bro,
it was.
You said the Black Blades fighting each other. Garp explaining that. Garp explaining the hockey to me. I'm like, okay, so this is what Luffy's gonna have to do. They've already painted it out like this is what Luffy's gonna have to do going on further on. So I'm like, okay, that we already explained that shit. That's cool. The most interesting person in this arc has been Dragon. I'm sorry to say it. It has been Dragon. I love everything that. If Oda had given me this about Dragon, I don't care for future Dragon. To me, he's boring. Young Dragon figuring this shit out, figuring the world out, to me is the most interesting Dragon I've ever seen. Seeing the world, seeing this, and that's why he becomes this stoic, looking east and looking west and looking all that other bullshit. Cool, I get it. I kind of understand where he stands at. Same thing with Garp. I understand why you stay with the Marines, but you have a lot of motherfuckers who are in this Marines that don't do anything. The Sengokus, the Kams, the Surus, they are just a part of the problem too. Garp has actually seen the problem, and that's why Garp is the way he is. And that's why, of all the Marines, I respect Garp the most. I always respect Garp. And then Sakazuki, because Sakazuki is just all about business. That's still Still my guy. That's still my guy.
Y'all caught the Garp and Dragon parallel, right?
Yes.
It was visibly shown that they both wanted to save innocent lives in this chapter.
They've always wanted to save innocent lives. I see the Garp and I see the Dragon and Smoker parallel where Dragon's yelling at his boss. Smoker's yelling at his boss on Alabasta. It's all parallel to all this.
Fuji as well.
It seems like Garp didn't seem like anyone that wasn't a pirate wasn't innocent. So like it didn't seem like he found like celestial dragons to be like guilty or like said not to save them.
I would agree with you if Garp became Fleet Admiral. Then I'd be like, yeah, you know what, you was right. But he saw all this and still remained because he knew he had people to protect. That's why I cannot give Garp slander. If he became Fleet Admiral, I got you. But he didn't. That's Sengoku. And Sengoku didn't do anything. He didn't even answer questions. That's why, to me, he looks the biggest fraud of all, and that's why you need to call him. Because Kong became head of that. You got to call him out too. Before you start calling these motherfuckers out, look at all those motherfuckers who are in front of Garp, who willingly align themselves. That's all I'm trying to say. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Nice, thank you, Zah. Bands, bro.
That's good.
Ready, man. What's your thoughts on the chapter, bro?
My audio sound good, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Great, man.
All right. Overall, I give it a 10 out of 10. I was a little bit iffy back and forth, because like I voiced my worries from last week when we had the chapter prior about how we were going to leave. But now that we're getting to this part now, and we get the narration at the end, I kind of understand what's the path going forward. I'm still thinking on one side that maybe this is just the ending of God Valley, but we're still going to continue with a flashback still, because we still have to get to Harold and Loki and stuff like that. But I kind of like how I guess you could say like the best way I could word it is like the stage is now finally set. Like you kind of got the extras, quote unquote extras. I don't want to downgrade like Whitebeard and like all those people, but now the stage is kind of set where now we got it's mano y mano. We got Garp, we got Roger, and we got Rocks. Now the stage is set, and then just the continuation of this like it's like we see the teamwork between Garp and Roger, and we could see like the adversary being Rocks. But now we could kind of see like now I could sit there and understand like, okay, now I understand why this motherfucker trusted his kid to Garp. Now I can understand why, even though they had, majority of times that they seen each other or they had like visits to each other or they, just ended up somewhere and they always ended up in a fight, I can understand where that respect for each other came. Because like, yeah, it wasn't much lovey-dovey between the two. But at the end of the day, they sat there and they were like, we both have a goal in mind. We both have the same interest in taking him down. And we're going to work together regardless if you're a pirate and I'm a Marine. And we're going to get this job done. And then just the fact that they were having communication throughout it. Like, yo, like Roger's sitting there like, yo, my attacks are not working. And Garp is like sitting there like, yo, it's because of this. Like, and he didn't care that he was a pirate. And they're not related at all. So like they were actually like literally working together. And I like that a lot. And then the other thing is too is just like his like we never really get with Garp. Like Garp to me is like he's such a like his character is such undermined, and I feel like he offers a lot of value, not just because he's the grandfather to Luffy and he's Dragon's father, but it's like seeing him explain hockey and then seeing him battle with Roger, it just like opens up to my eyes like, okay, not only is he a top tier fighter, but his battle IQ is like top tier. Because like for the fact that Roger is literally putting all his hockey into these attacks and they're not working due to Rocks countering it with his hockey. And Garp is just sitting there like, I understand why. This is the reason why. It explains why he's so smart when it comes to battle. And then you kind of can understand now, like, and I'm assuming this with Dragon, but I can see now with Luffy why Luffy is such a knucklehead, But when you see him battle throughout his fights, regardless if it's with Kaido or whatever, you could see his progression through the fights, and you could see him slowly peel away all the weaknesses and understand, okay, this is what I have to actually do. And now you can see it from his grandfather.
Yeah.
And he's doing it at a random moment with a pirate that he has to work with. And that's technically his adversary because he is a Marine. And so it's just like, it gives him a lot of characteristics and personality. And then just overall, I liked it a lot.
Spitting everything you just said. That's yeah, you lined that up very, very well. Yeah, certain things I'm not even gonna touch on anymore because what you just said, like that right there is like, I ain't gonna lie, that's golden. That was a very, very good point. Cause I see a lot of talk going on where people are giving. They're like, oh, well, Roger was saying this, was fooling him. And then some people are more along the lines of like, oh, well, Garp doesn't know what's going on with he knows hockey, but he's kind of just a brute in the sense of, no, he gets it. He actually gets it. And that is a dragon upscale. Luffy upscale. Everyone that is under them upscale. So, you know what I mean? That offer it. That's why I called out the Kobe, Sabo. Make sure I call out everything right now because it's to the point now we're going to see fight. And I want everyone to see the big fight is a 2v1. So a lot of these fights going forward, like let's say it's not saying it will happen, but let's say Sakazuki or someone that's just like an absolute powerhouse, we can't be mad if the fight is a 2v1 to take down that person if they're really matching up to the scale of this is how strong they are. Because everyone, I know a lot of people are on this generation surpasses the new generation, so therefore these guys we're gonna when we get to the final war, we're gonna be fighting at new power levels that we have not fought at before. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start here and then everything's going to go up. So we're going to be a new scaling. So for what you're saying, you have to understand that we're going to see a lot of these fights happen where people are going to be breaking things down to each other. That's not going to mean that one person didn't know. It's just they're both confused on what's going on in a sense, but one is leading to, hey, he has a more intuitive nature. So Roger's noting, hey, I think it is coming down to the mass of it. At the end of the day, it's the mass is what's gonna matter. We see it with Kaido, Law, and Kid, where Kid attacks him, and then Kaido's like it's lacking mass or whatever, and Law's like, all right, that attack, I got you. It's gonna come down to these big 2v1s. That's why I told people don't kill Kid and Law for the 2v1 on Big Mom. A lot of these fights are gonna go down 2v1. Shiki was a 2v1 as Garp and Sengoku, so that should have told us off. Now we're seeing it. Domi, we got Roger and Garp 2v1. A lot of these big powerhouse fights are going to probably go down 2v1 if somebody's just not going to get jumped entirely. We might have one-on-one face-offs if people have personal narrative plots that intertwine. Otherwise, I don't think it's not going to go too crazy for the direction people want. Oda's going to be very consistent here and forth, going in the power skill, I believe, but it's all about how you perceive and understand the explanations on hockey. It's Final Saga. He's explaining it now. Here in this flashback, and he's explaining it in the current time when we get back. We still waiting to see what Zoro do. So, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Alex, bro, what's your thoughts, man?
I liked some things on the chapter. Like some things I just didn't like, but I don't know. I definitely didn't give the chapter a 10. I gave it a 7. And I thought I could have went lower, honestly. I thought it was definitely riding the wave of like the chapter before it and like the chapter before that. Like I thought this chapter was not that good at all. I thought I did like the interactions between like Big Mom and Kaido somewhat, but not really. Because it does make Big Mom just seem more of like a bully now. Where like she still like sees as like, Kaido, you owe me. And Kaido somewhat sees as like, I owe you for not killing me. But at the same time, I really don't, because like as Kaido explained, those devil fruits were all for like fair game, and I just beat you in terms of getting it. So like, and like the fact that like, but what we see in the present day, she's still like calling it in, and Kaido's kind of like, what? You're like, you still thinking I owe you from like, man, that was way back. He's like, well, nah, you come here, I'm not. It's not going to be like I owe you. If you come here, I'm about to take you on because like you violated me, and it really is like she's just like, I if anything, I feel more for Kaido now because it's like, how you trying to play in my face? Like you really trying to like act like you big dog, like and like maybe you were back then, but you definitely not no more. And like the idea that you can just like hold that over me is kind of crazy. I don't like that for Big Mom at all. But like, and like same with like Whitebeard and like Graham right here. Like I don't like Whitebeard and Graham's interact. I don't like Graham even being a thing. I'd rather it just be 7-year-old Marco. Can't lie. I don't like the idea that just this random pirate was just in the West Blue, heard Jenny's message, decided to show up, and like is stronger than like Kyo, and therefore should be stronger than Whitebeard, Shiki, and like everyone else that scales to them, like Roger and Garp and Big Mom. And I'm just like not cool with that. Like I was like, how does this dude show up? And then like the theories popping up now because like you see like he's like on top of like this giant mountain, and he's like jumping or like just flying next to him. So people are saying he has the Phoenix fruit like already like this like
yeah, suppose yeah. Yes, suppose.
There are also people saying that like Marco is Polo. Marco is Graham. Where like Graham.
No, they're saying the father is Graham. That's what I've been hearing. Like
they're translators saying that like the father Graham is Marco, and that like when he died, he was reborn as like a 7-year-old kid. Yeah, and that's like how like that had
like a phoenix.
Yeah,
yeah,
Phoenix.
Yeah. That's I know what he's talking about.
I don't need that shit. But I agree with Alex's point.
Sense, though. No, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna see, like, Reed, we be clicking because I was just about to say, like, to me, I'm not mad. Maybe it's the theorist in me or whatever, but that sounds perfectly fine for someone who ate the Phoenix fruit. So.
Oh no, it sounds like a fine theory. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
No, because I'm with. That's what I'm saying. I'm with Alex.
7-year-old Marco.
I'm with Alex. Like, I'm not a fan of all of these devil fruits that we've been seeing just rehash. Like everyone has a devil fruit. Wang Zi has the booger fruit, the kid fruit. It's just like, yo, dog, everyone gotta have. We can't explore no other devil fruits. I get it, but that's Oda kind of being a little lazy. That's what that was. And that's why I'm a little.
I don't think so. I think if you're going over the past,
I'm a little upset about that, bro.
I think it's I think it's a little unique, and the only reason why I think it's a little unique is we've seen the whole chicken person or the egg person on like Big Mom Island, and how like he kept getting cut down.
Baron Tamago.
Oh, Baron Tamago.
So seeing a more evolution, like a more like evolved version of that, of like real reincarnation and whatnot, would be like a scaling in a sense, and it would be interesting because we haven't seen like true reincarnation and whatnot like that.
Wow, facts. W Fully fucking facts.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other.
No. To his point, the way he's just saying, what Fully is basically trying to say here is Oda always makes upgrades to better fruit. I mean, to certain fruits.
That's why I'm saying I don't hate the theories for existing. The theories make sense, like Fully just said. The theories make sense. I just don't like it around.
Let me explain it real quick though, because I think that is actually a point that should be expounded upon. Because what he's doing in base with whatever his name is, Tamago, he's dying and basically coming back alive in a stronger form. Not a stronger form, but he's basically in a stronger form, actually. He comes back alive in a stronger form and is supposed to be able to do this and do that, whatever. Marco is now given a devil fruit that technically is capable of the same shit. It's all dressed up with the flight and the bird and the blue flames and all that, but technically at root, it's supposed to do better than whatever that shit is. Its whole point is it's a phoenix. A phoenix whole thing is reviving. So it would make sense if it does work in a sense where he gets the mythical devil fruit that allows him to really be rebirthed. And maybe he did die and whatever the case may be, or reborn into whatever. And he's living a new life now. If I'm what's it called, Whitebeard, I could definitely see myself just naming him something else. You get what I'm saying? Like really treating him like that's his son, or whatever the case may be. Now, if we come to find out that Marco is already born, which he's supposed to be at the time, he's already 7 years old, and Grant is a pirate, because I think people are forgetting that plot point. Marco at this time is 7 years old, so I don't think it works in that sense with the devil fruit. He could have inherently found the same devil fruit, yes, and it works the same way, probably like how Kid and the Captain John would. But I don't think he would just embody the essence of that devil fruit. Like how you could say, in the same sense, you could say that Sabo has Ace's devil fruit. You get what I'm saying? It's just you were the person that should have had the fruit. The fruit was, Graham was probably him with the fruit.
I think it's probably just like if Graham's his dad, then he just got his dad's fruit, or maybe Graham is just jumping really high and doesn't actually have the fruit. And that people
people just be random. But I thought Fully made a great point, so I just wanted.
But I do think that like it's also very possible that like Fully's thing is true, and that like if Graham dies, he gets just reincarnated as Marco, and Marco is then just like already 7 or already like whatever age he would be when Graham died.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fully year. Well, you can segue into your thoughts while you're already talking.
Yeah, I was like, pretty much how I felt about the chapter was. I thought the chapter was pretty decent. I have to give it like a.
I wanted to say that Garp's attack, the translation for it, Infinitum Explosion, should be like Infinite Big Bang or Infinite Galaxy Fist. Some people have translated it to be Infinite Universe because, like, if you look at his past techniques, like Galaxy Fist is what they're using for explosion right there. It's just the same exact actual kanji.
Yeah, you're right.
And like, I don't know, if you read like Shaman King or Dragon Ball, you would have read that like based on how it's written as like Infinite Big Bang, which is what I read it as. Like, if you like just are taking it from like the actual just kanji, like past kanji, it would just be Infinite Galaxy Fist.
Okay.
So I thought the chapter overall was solid. I have to say I feel Alex when it comes to the whole like it riding off the hype of the previous chapter and whatnot. I can't give it a 10. I have to give it like a 9 to like an 8.5 personally. And I guess the things that I guess like I wanted more, and I guess I have to see if next chapter we do get more of like with rocks and like everything like that, because I did want more of like.
Oh yeah, and that was another thing because like we basically the stuff we got with Rock's chapter, I felt like we'd already kind of gotten like we'd already seen Rox beat up the Damiroversi like mom and dad that like he had like his whole clan like when he did the 2-hand slash to like Garling and all them and like put them down. So I was like, I already figured that like if your Conqueror's Haki was enough and like you were able to use enough of it, that's how you just beat Damiroversi's from that example. So I didn't feel like I needed it again in this chapter. But my bad.
You could fail. But yeah, like it just felt like we're getting things that we kind of already gotten a little bit, and I wanted more from like this combat. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like I was like hyped to see like the clash and whatnot. But the things that I did get from the clash, I really appreciated, especially when it comes to like critical mass and what that means.
Thank you, fool.
So that means that they're like pumping off nukes. Because critical mass means like the minimum material needs for fission to happen for like a nuke to happen and whatnot. So that means when we see like a sky split, it's pretty much, I don't know if the sky split happened after they did the move or whatnot, but that's pretty much like saying that every time we see a sky split, it's pretty much almost a nuke level of like attacks. And I hate to say that puts One Piece on the level of like we have nukes. We are on nuke level of like busters and whatnot. And I'm not power scale or whatever, but I kind of love that of like the science behind it or whatnot.
Great,
like,
I get it.
Slashing atoms, because to split an atom really in like to go to like swordsman skill and whatnot, I think that puts a level of like the swordsman skill of like One Piece characters in the sense of like to do like some of the things they're doing, they might be slashing like literally atoms, splitting atoms and whatnot, and that's interesting.
Okay. For any power scalers here, does anyone want to attack what he just said?
No.
Not attack. Elaborate in their own way what we're talking about here.
I would end up ruining it too. No.
I'm not a power
No,
scaler.
I'm saying like, are you when he Fully's right? Critical mass. That is, if you take that verbatim, what they're saying contextually, that is a fact, because the translation is a little different. If I'm not mistaken, I think the translation TCB was a little different. I can't remember what it said. But point is, are we taking these things literal? Because it's the same thing I always ask about the Viver card when it says like Ace's final attack, Entei was it generated the power of a small star. Like, are we taking how literal are we taking these?
The small star one, I would definitely take literal. This one, I would definitely not, especially since like nukes can definitely vary in like AP and like destructive capacity.
Yeah,
and not to mention like these characters, like based on like the raw scaling they had before, would be above it, and like most of that scaling would lead to a downscale for these characters. So I would just not take it.
The only reason why I say the critical mass isn't scale in the sense of like looking at it in the sense of like this is their like everything like things that you've seen them do are like in their future like scales and whatnot. Just them like being able to get together to do something like that, to like split a atom, to do something on that scale at such at the age they are, when there are peaks that we see them reach higher than and whatnot. Unless you think that Garp and them don't get higher than this point that they are. That's what I'm saying. Like it is interesting to see at the point that they are right now. And he's not even king of the Roger's not king of the pirates and whatnot.
But
and
that's why
we have ways to put pre-time skip Zoro to that scale, and so that's why I would not.
That's why, yeah, that's okay. There is.
No, I'm not saying it in the sense of like I think y'all looking in the scale of like comparing. I'm saying in the scale of like it's interesting to see the science behind the fighting in one piece of like to do a splitting of the sky. You have to like be at a certain level, like to split atoms and whatnot. That's interesting to me. That like I'm not saying that like is a downscale of their power level, I don't know how y'all seen that as like a downscale of their power level or whatnot, but like one thing is that like it adds a sense of science to it. I'm just saying it adds a sense of like science. I get that. I'm just saying that it adds a sense of science to One Piece that we don't really get a lot to, because a lot of people like to compare like other like power scale systems and whatnot. Like adding that sense of science to it is interesting for Oda to use specifically that. He is a worthy man to use specifically like fission, especially with like how fission has affected Japan itself.
Yeah, like if you're just hyping the use of scientific terms, that was cool. Because like he did that a lot in like Egghead too for like Vegapunk. He would use like a lot of scientific terms to like explain it, like, and there it was actually like really good scaling.
Fair. I'm not a power scaler, so y'all got that.
I hate it. I hate power scaling with a passion.
But if y'all are saying that One Piece got a upscale and power scaling between anime verses, I'm here for it. I'll take that W and keep it running.
One Piece you can scale it really high already, y'all. Like I'm telling you, that's something you can scale crazy. You can scale.
I'm
like,
here
even
for
Garp's attack being like infinite explosion or like infinite galaxy fist, infinite Big Bang. You can scale to say that the One Piece universe has an infinite level of galaxies in it at the lowest, and then say that like Garp's attack has the power of like multiple of those galaxies. And then say that like he's like multiple times like the Big Bang of our own universe.
I would say just put
like, you could do crazy shit with this.
Yeah, you definitely just put Drip on Garp just on this scale. I don't know too many anime fighters that can split a fucking atom with their fists. And Garp was doing. That's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That also depends on like punching speed. Like if you're like punching at like a certain level, you are splitting atoms like fast enough.
So fast.
Right. Fair enough. Slev, it is your time, please.
Oh man. I am excited to see the fight between the three of them animated, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I had to look back at that chapter or those panels a good like 3 or 4 times to like grasp what was like what's going on. Like it was just insane how like they ended up working together, so well. How Garp took a handle of the situation. Just the tag team, no homo that they did. On rocks. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it's like, all right, I get it. I get why they, obviously they had to team up, but like
Roger get the body.
You're good. Just keep going.
You had to, right? You had to. No, but also, so I'm over here trying to. First of all, I agree with the last two. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I feel a little bit incomplete. It's like, all right, like I thought we were going to. I'm trying to get back to Loki. Like I'm trying to get back to like.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I'm trying to get back to Loki. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush God Balance. Yeah.
One chapter when we get back, assuming it's going to be like a normal like volume length. Otherwise, like we're not getting like the actual next volume until like maybe March or April.
Right.
We could push it back.
Right.
Alex,
So,
someone finish their point before you chime in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let her finish her shit though.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so I was a little frustrated with the fact that once I got to the end of the chapter, it's like, damn, like I wanted to get back to like what happened with King Harold. Like, what's Loki's point of view? Because I knew that he didn't like do that to his pops. But getting back to 1165, God Valley was an epic, flashback. But if you really think about it, it was just so heartbreaking. There was just so many sad moments. It gave like Wano vibes when it came to like with the smile fruits and what happened to Odin and all his his clan or whatever, or the Red Scabbards and stuff like that. It's like, damn, like this is supposed to be an epic battle, but it's really not, because Rox was like crying for them to be like, yo, end this, like.
Which was sadder though, Slev, because I think Wano was still kind of sad, especially Yasui. Like when Yasui died, I don't know.
No, Wano was definitely sadder. Wano was sadder, but that's what it's like. Damn, yo, why you tugging at my heart? I'm over here trying to see niggas squabble. Like, why y'all tugging at my heart? So I was just a little like, I felt sad. I felt sad for Rox, and then I don't like how they did the Rox Pirates, because they didn't just all like get into a brawl and break up and wasn't seeing eye to eye. Like they all went their separate ways for a reason. There was a reason for everything. You know what I mean? It wasn't that it wasn't like it was beefing. Like, nah, there was a little bit, like especially with Big Mom and Kaido.
I did like that part though, because like we feel misled because they make us think that's like a huge betrayal.
True. Big Mom, I'm a defend Big Mom. I'm not a Big Mom fan, but I'm a defend Big Mom just really quick. She had that devil fruit first, okay? Tiger came out of nowhere with his bat and whacked her.
Nah,
I don't appreciate it.
That's not.
I don't appreciate it.
That's not how it goes. I was with you up until that. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
This is how it goes. If I had the devil fruit, I got the devil fruit. Why you attacking me? Why you coming up behind me like that? That's OD. You wildin'. You wild out.
That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. She really being bully for that.
She should have fought back. That's what she should have did.
I don't like that part.
But you already swallowed it, no homo. So, but anyway.
Cool out.
Sorry, but no. I'll give the chapter an 8.5. Only because there you go again, Zah. If I ever see you in the streets, son. But
hey,
just messing. Just kidding. Crazy. Just kidding. Love you, Zah.
Stop playing.
Hey.
I give it an 8.5. I kind of like I said, I feel a little unfinished because I kind of wanted to get back to Harold, but it was a great chapter nonetheless. Dragon really did his shit. Like he was. I really like that. He went the opposite way of Garp in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he went the opposite way. He went more radical and on some holding things to people's head and like, yo, let's go. We getting these civilians out. Like I said earlier in the chat, sorry, Reed. Like I said earlier in the chat, this chapter helped me understand Garp a little bit more. It gave me more, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little quiet when it came to like, Garp, praising Garp. I've been so frustrated with Garp since like the beginning, because it's like, yo, why are you a part of the Marines if you know how corrupt they are? Like, why are you a part of them? But now I understand why he decided to stay.
Because like he likes to be a part of like oppressive, like situations.
He's disagreeing with you.
No.
Please don't engage with him. He's just trying to rage bait you. Please.
No. I understand Garp's. I understand why he's the inside man. You get what I'm saying? You saw how he was able to sit there and fight side by side with a pirate.
Talk about it.
And still, you know what I'm saying, being on the right side. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's the inside man. He's very vital to what's gonna play next. He's gonna be able to fight with the revolutionaries and the pirates. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't know where Garp is going to go. Like, I respect him a lot more because
was
of
the
this
inside
chapter.
man, because like when they was killing all those pregnant women,
He is the inside man.
Ace,
I got him.
That was
inside
Sengoku. That was Sengoku.
No, it wasn't Sengoku. No, it wasn't Sengoku.
The killing of the babies? That was Sengoku.
Nah, that was Garp.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Sengoku. Yeah. That was Sengoku.
But
that was Sengoku.
You spitting.
Garp was letting it happen. He was like, nah, go kill her. Go kill her. He know who actually is the pregnant woman y'all want to kill. He telling you kill everyone else.
You
Go ahead and
can say
kill
that.
them too.
You can say that, but it's for a cause. You can say
cause.
that, but it's for a cause. Yeah, straight up. At this point, it's the
I'm
same thing.
I'm holding on my slander for Ree.
He's dragging and Dragon decided to stay in the Marines.
That's how we work.
He's dragging and Dragon decided to stay in the Marines. Dragon couldn't do it, so he had to leave. That's just it. Dragon couldn't, his soul couldn't afford for him to be the inside man. He couldn't sit there. He couldn't do it. You can say what you want for that. Sacrifices do have to be made for a cause. Dragon sacrifices Dragon can say what he says, but he look, saying on his when people fall for him, he didn't go and get Ginny.
Dragon
right?
said, let me go ahead and try to put
But
a
hold
stop
on,
in
right? But he didn't.
Garp said, let me
Ginny,
make sure the Marines that have to do the bodyguard are protected when they go on the hunting games. I get you. I get you.
You can try that all you want, bro. You can try that all you want, but it's not working, bro. It's not working. It's not. You're not letting you slide on it, bro. Get all of that out of here. That Sanders dead. I'm not having any of that. No, sir.
That's what it is, bro.
No, sir. Because if you don't get the point of the sacrifice, then if you don't get the point of why he had to play the position he played, then the Marines
It's
will
no
never
point in
change.
arguing it.
I don't
The
get
Marines
the
will
point
never
in
change.
saying I'm gonna support an oppressive regime.
He's
not supporting the oppressive regime.
Oppressive regime.
He's not supporting them.
He's trying to
Yes.
bait
Yeah,
you. Let
don't,
it go.
don't, you know what I mean? I was just about to tell Reese.
Word. Like, Reed, you got
My bad.
give your opinion on it.
Yeah, don't engage with him. He literally just
Yeah, Ree, get your opinion. I got something for you.
I know you do. I already know. I guess I'll go. I know Nika didn't go. I'll go for Nika. That's fine.
You know I'm gonna talk. So
I agree. I don't think it's a chapter is a 10. I don't know where I put it. I'd probably go 8.5, maybe 9.
I gave 7.
I do think it's a good chapter though. It didn't have a lot of dialogue. I like chapters that just have a lot of dialogue. Like even chapters that just have a lot of fight scenes, no talking. That'll be cool to watch, not cool to read for me.
Right.
But that's just a preference. But I do think, the fight scenes were cool in this one. I like the.
I think it depends on the fight scene because, like, Luffy versus Kaido, especially in Gear 5, doesn't have a lot of talking. My bad.
I mean, yeah, no, and I agree. It does depend on the fight scene. Like this one was a little bit like, I don't know. I feel like a lot didn't happen in this fight scene. Like it's just kind of like you threw him into some rocks, and then you got thrown in the rocks, and then that's kind of it. So you're right, and that's actually the point I'm trying to make. Like there wasn't a whole lot happening in the fight scenes in this chapter. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. Hold on. God
about
dang
Garp,
Garp.
Yeah,
Garp. I was talking about Garp. He came, like I said, with the chapter, right? He came because he was here to fight Roger. That's what got him here. He stayed to help Roger. That was the character development that happened throughout the course of the chapter. So I personally feel like Garp is kind of shifting my opinion about him. And then what solidified the whole thing is at the end, he's like, yo, I'm here to save or basically look after the next generation, which he made good on with that promise. We've seen him after he leaves God Valley. He helps bring up all the Marines 6 years later. These admiral that we have, we watch him bring them up and train the newer generation for years to come. He tries with Ace, tries with Luffy. It doesn't work, but I do see that things are happening with Garp. I know y'all don't like that take, and that's fine. Also, I liked seeing like the brother type parallel between Roger and Garp, just like that Sanji and Zoro had that moment in Long Ring Longland when they had to work together. I like seeing that as well, where they're like, yo, let's just put all the BS aside. Let's lock in and let's actually work together. And, seeing that moment was nice because it like to Ban's point, it makes me understand like they have that brother type relationship, just like we see Sanji and Zoro. They don't really like each other, but they do respect each other. So when it comes down to it, hey, in this moment, you're my brother. We're gonna fight alongside each other to take care of this freaking entity. And afterwards, yeah, I get why you would trust him with your kid's life. Like you guys just had to put your life in each other's hands to get this done.
Wait, Reed, could I say something really quickly?
Please.
Because it's like, you know how you're bouncing off of my point and you're making your point.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the totality of God Valley, I think we kind of, I don't want to say definitively, I think we finally get the answer to the question that nobody has been asking. And I think that question is, what would it have been like for Luffy if he would have became a Marine? So like now we're seeing Garp,
you've been Dragon,
and we're seeing Dragon. And then like the funny thing is too is like, you know, everybody in One Piece from what we see is like they have a path, they have a destiny, they have, you know, fates. And it's like we kind of see prior to him getting knowledge about Imu and seeing the, you know, the Gorosei, that he kind of just lived the path of just being a Marine, fighting for justice, giving justice. And then he ended up at God Valley, regardless if you want to say he went there purposefully or not, he still ended up there. And he saw that whole scene, and then his mind switched. And then we see Dragon, his son, literally a Marine who was, you know, raised a Marine, end up there. And then boom, we see the light switch. His whole mindset switched.
Mind switched too. Yeah, I want to say something. I want to say something onto your point, Bands, because, and this leads to what Sklev was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I want to like unconclude it in a way where it's like Garp has a higher rank. So when Garp issues the order, make sure y'all can get every Marine and every civilian off the island. They're gonna do it. For Dragon, it spoke louder because he doesn't have the rank of his father. So him being in the rank that he's in, and he doesn't have the right to do it.
Yeah.
But he sees his platoon leader not doing it.
Yep.
And we don't even know what full on rank he is. You know, so he's telling him, yo, listen, I don't know what you want, but we gotta do rock to the face. Like, I don't know what you want.
Plus, it's different because Garp's talking to his ship, and like Dragon's talking to people that are getting orders from the higher ups, like Saturn, to not take the civilians in. Garp ship is just getting orders from him.
Yeah, because it's Garp. You know how Garp rock. Like a pirate.
Yeah, but the problem with that though, right? Because like you were trying to ask me a question, Alex, about like what switch for Garp. Like you have to see throughout the story, like especially with Marineford, like he may not be like at the same level of Dragon, where he just starts a revolutionary army and then his whole mission and campaign is all about, you know, saving people. But throughout Marineford, regardless if you want to say like, oh, the only thing that was on his mind was family, like he let Luffy punch him. He literally wanted to kill Kaino for killing Ace. Like, regardless of how you feel, like, oh, well, you know, he just killed one of the kids that he, you know, raised. The fact that he literally wanted to kill Kaino, let Luffy punch them, mean that whole switch, that whole mindset, all about the Marine and Marine life, completely switched for him.
And to James's point, once again, who's the person that told you, hey, you're one of us? Sen Goku, the one person who told him, Garp, I see you kind of fading out.
Yep.
Yeah, one of us. And just to add on to what Ben was saying, at the end of the day, when Blackbeard pulled up, no one had to tell Garp to get involved. He got involved. You know what I mean? He pounced immediately because that was a whole nother thing. That ain't had nothing to do right there. Blackbeard pulled up on a whole nother stunt, and he was like, all right, he's ready to address that. He's ready to address that problem as is, clear conscience.
All I heard was that like when Luffy punched him, he decided to not do his Marine duties because y'all think he could have.
I already knew he was gonna spin this. I already knew he was gonna spin this. The Alex spin. I knew the Alex spin was coming, bro.
When Ace died, he was a little bit sad, but after that, he went right back doing his Marine duties and helping against Blackbeard.
Yeah, but Alex, the problem with what you're saying though is this, right? Let's say you just push it aside, right? What you're saying about what he did with his family, quote unquote, right? At the end of the day, he didn't resign. At the end of the day, he didn't leave. At the end of the day, he's still a Marine. So, like, yes, he's literally continuing the work. So it doesn't.
He tried to resign.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it doesn't coincide with like his actions is not matching with what he's believing. I completely understand that. but you still have to have in the back of your mind, like Garp is still trying to progress throughout the Marines to try to fix what's his actual problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
However,
yeah, that's why he's staying.
Yeah, but he has to stay for a reason, bro.
Yeah, that's why he's staying.
Like, I'll give you an example, Alex.
He's staying to protect the enforcers. To, like, you know,
protect
the
enforcers.
Alex, he might have a bunch of sleeper cells.
Work for the world government needs protection.
Full on, and you're gonna understand.
Why are you guys giving him energy?
Sword is going
You know
to
he's
be
just trying to,
solidified
like, I see the smile on his face.
I did that. I perfectly did that just to segue Reed. Like, Reed, what's good? You finished my.
What's your
Oh yeah, you didn't finish. Sorry, Reed.
Yeah, go finish.
That's cool.
Go ahead.
Man, all right.
I wrapped that up. Ben's been made that point
because I already knew where he was going with this.
Yeah, Alex trying to spin it. That was a good clip right there. And he trying to raise his own bull.
I was like, I'm gonna wait till I ain't on Discord about
that.
I do like the big mom talking. Well, two things. No, before I get to that. No, actually, I'm gonna let Nika spit on that because that's actually Nika's thing. So you got that.
The big mom joint.
Yeah. You got that. But one thing that I do want to leave off on, as far as my last point, is I will not call Whitebeard a fraud. I won't do that. But I will say it's very hard to make a case against the people that call him a fraud. It's very difficult. And I don't want to say it because I like Whitebeard as a character, so I'm a little bit biased. But at the end of the day, it's not looking good. Again, I know y'all already said that my Sanji and Luffy parallel doesn't hit for this, but
for Oden, so
I feel like it somewhat does kind of hit. Again, Luffy went out there to a Yonko territory to figure out what was going on with his crewmate.
You see, this is the thing I wanted to bring up. There's a difference there.
This is why I said he ain't spent for Oden, but I've mentioned this a few times myself too. But, you know,
I'll make it quick. This is just a
not true.
quick point to it. Let's say with that, he needed Sanji for Luffy in his mind. He needs Sanji to achieve his pirate dream. He with Whitebeard, he doesn't need those for his
rocks to achieve his dream, but also it's
he's
not
still captain.
Rocks is his captain, and he's telling them, "You're like in the way. You guys are my way."
Yeah,
but
like when Luffy told Usopp he was an impediment, Usopp didn't say, "I'm gonna stay on the ship." He actually had to get off the ship, right?
He pulled up to Enies lobby. What are we talking about?
But he left in that moment, right?
He came back to work.
Yeah. So
he came to water. He came to Enies lobby, and he wasn't on the cruise.
But in the moment, like when that happened, he left.
Yeah, he walked away, cried, and that same night he went to Enies lobby.
No, it wasn't the same night. No, that's not a lie. That's not their days beyond this.
Okay, a couple days, a week. It doesn't matter. Bro still pulled up to Enies lobby.
So if Whitebeard pulls back up in a week from now, you'd be cool with it.
Sure, whatever.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't. We know he doesn't.
He's not gonna get the chance.
Rox is dead.
Doesn't matter. Hold on. The situation with Usopp is completely different, though, because Usopp it's completely different.
I'm only humoring him because he wants to connect a point that doesn't connect.
Yeah,
the situation with Usopp is different. He was disrespecting the captain.
Usopp was committing mutiny, like that. There's a
exactly. He was disrespecting the captain. You don't disrespect.
Usopp was committing mutiny.
Like, disrespecting him and the ship. Nah, y'all tripping.
The ship is done. R.I.P. Sorry, going Mary. She's over. It's over with. They knew it. They knew it was over with.
Y'all unloyal to y'all crew. That's crazy.
Are you kidding me?
I don't respect you.
You saw what they did with the Going Mary?
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Don't.
Yeah, I know he's ready.
I'm so sorry.
He's trying to I saw you. I was just trying to explain points.
I'm sorry.
And he's like, nah.
My eyebrows got to moving. I'm like,
let it go.
The overarching point is that Whitebeard did not turn around and see. Luffy, by the way, fully. This is the problem. What you're saying? Yes, technically, you needed him as his cook. He also went because that's his friend. That's his
Exactly.
main reason.
His boy.
I feel like there's levels too, because like for him to achieve his overarching like dream and whatnot, he really was like, I'm not eating anyone else's food.
you
We
kinda low.
accepted that. We accepted that. Like if he wouldn't eat anyone else's food and whatnot, that's why people would condone, Luffy getting hit by him and whatnot. Even though if Zoro ever finds that out, that'd be a different conversation one day. But like, we all accept that and everything like that. But like, that's towards his dream and whatnot. Him going back for rocks doesn't achieve Whitebeard's dream of having a family, having a true family of his own and whatnot. Whitebeard, I had to say this, Whitebeard is not I want to say Whitebeard is like a fraud. He's just selfish. He's selfish because he has his own dream and his own goals and whatnot.
What about his friend though? That's the part.
His friend isn't his fucking family.
But no, wait, hold on.
He's not down for that.
He has sons. He has sons. He calls himself his family.
Oden was his brother.
Oden was his brother. He didn't call his brother.
No one ever addresses him, bro.
I get that, but like, we see Whitebeard say these wording. Y'all all can say that. We see Whitebeard say these wording. He didn't say about rocks.
He was standing right next to him, and he was ready to go up.
Yeah, but Rock is different. Rock told him what it was. That was different. He asked Rock a question, and Rock said, "Hell yeah, you know what?"
Yeah, I found this.
Bro, that's not
riding with your homie and riding with your brother is two different fucking things.
No.
Plus, as Reed just said, it's okay if he waits a week and we're going to spin back. So if he decides to spin back and it's too late, it's all right for Reed.
If he would have found, that's what I'm saying. If he had the conversation with Roger, this is where it looks bad. To me, this is where it really looks bad. If he had the conversation with Roger, and he had the conversation with Roger, he still ain't gonna spit for Oden.
I don't see any.
Is the life of your dead? Hold on, Kev.
I don't want to
the life of your dead brother worth the life of your kids.
I see where only because
is redeeming your dead brother worth the life of your kids? Your brother already dead,
bro. That's the weakness. That's the flaw in Whitebeard. Look what Dragon said, right? Look what Dragon told us. Right? And look what Whitebeard does.
Selfish.
Just look at it.
Smart.
Just look at it.
Protecting the flock. He's not doing it for him. He's doing it for the kids,
bro. One of your own that you adopted took you from the inside out. Like what? What? Blackbeard dismantled. He killed one, sacrificed another, caused you to die. He ended up dying. Then Blackbeard thrashed the rest of the remnants and took your scraps.
That's all after he did. Like most of that was after. Only thing he did was let the son of his homie go after like killing one of his kids. That's they were both the kids, bro. And you got a favorite.
You're wild. You're wild.
Rage is crazy.
Whitebeard with his intel, the amount of pirates he has under his command, there's no reason why he shouldn't have found out what was going on in Wano. We see Kaido having inside men with Apu.
You're gonna risk the life of your kids.
What, bro? I'm not hearing it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have been okay with him.
They grown ass men, Alex.
I would have been fine with him. I would have been fine with him.
Those his sons. What you mean? Me personally. Those your kids. Those his sons.
I'm
not risking the life of my children.
They're pirates.
A dead man.
He's supposed to roll with me. At the end of the day, he's the captain. He should have went to Wano.
That's how I felt.
Please,
I'm not like he's not my children.
That's why Whitebeard got. That's why Blackbeard did that. Why Blackbeard you're a weak man. I'm losing. He told him that. He said, "Yo, I sacrificed Ace thinking that you could pull it off. You could do it, and it still failed. He called that out when he pulled up on him. I got no respect for you.
True.
I got no respect for you. He saw him growing weak. Oh, you not even going to? Okay, you stopping Ace, the young nigga. He got spirit to do it. You don't want to do it. That's how I look at shit like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You don't want to do it. You growing weak. You worried about Kaido? You're supposed to be world's strongest man. Heard you. You're vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's how I'm. If I'm in Blackbeard's shoes and I'm the nigga I'm being cunning and conniving, and you talking like that around me, and you just did that to Ace. And Ace is supposed to be the upstart going crazy, all that. Just had that crazy Conquers Clash shit with the Ace novel and shit. Like, okay, bet. Say that. Okay, so you're not him no more for sure. Like I was wondering, but now I know you're not him. That was the sign. Like boom. As soon as he figured that out, I'm gonna click. I don't need your fruit, but I'm gonna take it.
Alex, I got an answer for you. You right. Anyway, Reed, you got any more questions for the group? Because Alex is just gonna keep doing. He's just riling everyone up. Like I don't know how y'all fall for all.
Nika, you're
I ain't fall for it. I just like I mean that's that black. Anytime I talk about Blackbeard being Islam,
I'm just telling the truth, man. Like Whitebeard.
No. We're not doing this.
All right.
We're not doing this with you, Alex. We're not.
You're good, Nika. You can take it away.
Okay, but I get a chapter a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. I would have liked more dialogue in the fight.
Me too.
I'm cool with the action panels because Oda don't usually give us like a bunch of just straight up action panels, no talking, like all that. But I would have liked more named attacks being thrown if you were gonna do that, and that could have been used for the dialogue. You know, they use it. Even if they'd have been repeated named attacks that we've seen already, I would have been fine off that. Just something where we're realizing that they're more credit to these attacks. You know, they're throwing these attacks and you're seeing how strong. We know how strong these divine departures and these other attacks are. Like we see them doing them unnamed.
Garp's fist are on fire.
You could have just put the pants. You could have just put the name. You could have just made the name attacks because we see him do like a commissary right there. So it's like, oh, you could have just said that. You know. So I would have been fine with that. But I'm cool with it not being called out. That wasn't the big bother for me neither at the same time. I felt like the ending of it, because it feels like, for me, the next chapter, we're going on break as well. It feels like the next chapter, the flashback is done. You get what I'm saying? That's how it feels to me.
Next chapter.
One thing I do look forward to, because I want to see if this is gonna be another Smoker parallel. I think this is interesting because from what Garp and Roger were saying in the fight, they're both going to be like down for the count right now. Yeah. Done. So they need somebody to come pick them up, and that's Scopper, Gabon, and Raiden. Right? So when they come pick them up, remember the same scene in Alabasta where Luffy told Zoro to save Smoker?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, dude, why'd you do that? And it's like, you know, because I like you. We kind of get that sentiment already because he asked me to be on the crew. So it would make sense in this moment that they also save Garp. Like Garp probably, I don't know if we're gonna see some type of handoff or whatever, but Garp, they're gonna either get him on the ship or leave him somewhere where the Marines can get him. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably gonna be a moment of why'd you do that or some shit like that. Like Roger probably's gonna tell him, like he probably have a faint moment waking up, just tell him like save Garp. Like he might that type of moment might happen. So I feel like that'd be cool if that happens.
Okay.
I was saying on your point about the attacks, because Garp's fists are on fire. If that helps add to anything, I don't know.
Here, I'll ask this question. Well, I think he's talking to somebody before he comes back. Wait, you said the volume should end next chapter. Is that what you were saying, Alex?
Yeah, the volume should be from 1156 to 1156 to 1166.
Okay, so then God Valley is one more chapter. So
I don't know if God Valley's one more chapter. I think God Valley ended just now. I think the flashback in general, like for Harold and Loki, that should be next chapter should be a Harold Loki chapter. And that
where we see what happened.
I think we're gonna get one more God Valley chapter wrapping up. I think we might.
We don't even know. Y'all could be right. I think it's over.
I hope it is.
I was hoping it was over for a while. So,
but I'm hoping they're like maybe because like I said, I'm hoping that we get more from like Rock's end. I don't want that just to be like the end of him with like 2 holes in his thighs and whatnot, and him crying. That's just the end of like such a character that had an amazing like I want to say what 13, 15 chapter run or whatever, like a amazing 15 chapter run of any like manga character I've seen so far. Like he's done crazy things in like 15 chapters. I don't think it happened that amount, but I'm rounding up to 15 so far, and I just don't.
I think 15 is actually right. I think the flashback so far is like 17 or 18. Like those first 3 were just Loki and Harold.
Valid. Well, I want to ask this now that we finally got God Valley because we've been waiting the entire time that we've been One Piece fans. Did the God Valley flashback live up to your expectations?
It passed it.
Yeah, it lived past it because of the propaganda.
Yeah, passed it.
Yeah. The level of the propaganda.
I just wish the last 2 chapters we got were better, but it definitely surpassed it. It surpassed it when it started, damn near.
Yeah.
Yeah. It this chapter, like, I'm not gonna lie, God Valley makes me wonder a lot, especially with the last little bit we got with the narrator of like they pretty much expunged the whole situation and whatnot. It makes me wonder, like, how did that set up dragons? Like,
CP6, that's Spandam. Spandam should be an early CP6 agent at this time. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't realize what Cypher they said. Cypher.
So what do you guys rate it? I'm assuming 10 out of 10.
The whole God Valley?
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, the entire God Valley, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Holding.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about this chapter specifically. Was that a bug?
No, I'm the whole the whole flashback.
Are we counting the stuff with Harold, or are we just counting just God Valley by itself?
You can count that too.
If I'm
Cool
counting
Man Harold himself, I don't know.
If I'm counting with Harold, with like the Rock's pirates, you know, the whole interaction with Harold and everything like that, I'll give it 10. But like not counting Harold and whatnot, it's like a 8.5, like a 9 to me.
Yeah, I give it a 9.
Yeah, because like it could have been way more bombastic with more crazier things just happening and whatnot. And then it could have been like all panel type stuff and whatever. Like maybe all panel, but like side panels and whatnot. There are a lot of panels of like we see slaves running and whatnot, and it could have been a lot more bombastic things going on. Like how we see like someone that look like Marco, and then we see Marco's dad and whatnot. There's a lot of more levels that we could have gotten in this. But like that's not me taking away from Oda. It's just that that's what I want more from when we're getting to like such a compact battle, and I know that we're not going to get like a whole battle arc out of it.
Wait. So, in terms of like flashbacks themselves, and like not just for the like sentimentality, but like because this one doesn't just have like it has that, but it has a lot of action. I think the God Valley flashback so far is like the best flashback. Like, you think there's a flashback better?
I don't think so. No, I agree with you.
I don't know. I like Odin's flashback.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
like Odin too.
I
like Odin's flashback.
I like Odin's
like
flashback a lot. Like I really do. I think like narratively, Odin's like because we're not done with this flashback yet. We truly are not done. So I can't really like truly comment on. I don't with God Valley, but like we're still in the whole flashback of like us getting a tail right now.
That's
so
true.
like I can't really say like if a bat is the. You know what I mean? But for right now, going off what we got from Odin and whatnot, I'm loving the narrative tales and everything that we got from Odin and whatnot flashback a little bit more than this. This feels like a lot of more like moments. They are like solid and whatnot, but not like like it makes me want more. And like that's Oda being a good writer makes me want more. So
yeah.
Okay. So
all right, go ahead, Kez.
Nah, I was gonna say, like. From a narrative standpoint, if you were looking at how just fate plays into the world of One Piece, on that aspect, Fui and Ree, I would also say, and Alex, I would say it is the best. It is the best flashback because it explains how like the setup of like themes of romance, dawn, and stuff plays into One Piece with Oda. Like he kind of likes the poetic feel and vibe of things in a sense. So he kind of wanted to play out like a real sense of a romantic feel to adventure. And that's what God Valley was, the whole Shocky theme into it. Then you also got the brotherly love themes with Roger and Garp, and even with the crew, like everything seems to play out with just fate. Like this is how fate plays into One Piece. So I personally can understand why you like this is a 10 out of 10 flashback. What I do think could have been shown a little bit more was a couple more other things. Like I have my personal wants and things, you know what I mean? Like just more explanations. Like when we see a thing of like Roger and Zebek, and it was like at sea, it was like, you know, all belts are off. Like we know.
I will agree with that. That's the only thing I think.
That way we see Zebek facing the other way. It led me to believe that hey, we might get to see them battle at sea. we didn't get to see certain things that play out, I would guess to say. But I'm cool with it because it leads me to believe that they were pirate rivals in the sense of they never fought. I don't think I don't think they ever fought.
He knew he was like too strong for, like, he wasn't going to his territory unless it was safe.
I don't think they ever fought before. I think they were more so rivals and adversaries as pirates. When they say that was the strongest foe he ever faced, they mean the God Valley incident. When they say that, like, he's the strongest, like Rogers Dieselbeck was the strongest foe Roger ever faced. I think they mean off the God Valley incident. You get what I'm saying? I don't think beforehand they ever fought. They were just pirate rivals in the sense of notoriety. Like, they were the biggest names. Roger Zebek was the person with the territory and was running shit like a warlord on some different shit. And then you had Roger, which is like how Ace was. He was an upstart going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just doing shit. He was just running shit in his own way. And when he want to pull up, he gonna pull up because he's like that. He was like a star.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because like, yeah, I definitely feel like Rox was like the first example of like a Yonko that we got in like this world in a sense.
Yeah. So I don't believe that it was to a point where he was. The reason why I said world government is because when they went to go take over Hachinosu, they did it on some to do it for the world government type shit. He was actually parlaying, like, they was on some different shit. I remember reading that, but then he flipped it in it because remember they had some gold mine or some shit like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he flipped it and did some other shit. So you could say Yonko shit. He did some crocodile shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I think it was Yonko. I love everything. That's like I love so many things about God, but that's like I just can't give it 10. Like, I give like an 8, like an 8.5.
I disagree with that. I still say it's 10 and 10, and what I see is y'all, because like I do agree with you, like y'all comments.
I changed my answer. I said I can see it being
there's empty space. Like I said, these last two chapters could have been better, and like for real, like these last two chapters make me feel like there's like a lot of empty space. Like the last chapters, we could have had a lot more. They're giving us more, maybe what you guys wanted, but just more in general. They were kind of just bland. Right, so like there is empty space. Like, I don't think we had empty space in the Odin flashback for real. I don't think there was empty space in like Big Mom's flashback.
That's
like, but like I still think this flashback is better.
I don't think it happened. I don't think they ever fought. So when they say strongest foe, strongest, I thought it was like that because they were like that as pirates, where they had their own pirate rivalry, like battling. But I'm understanding it was an actual pirate rivalry where they didn't.
Yeah. That's why I also say everything they told us before is still true. It just they misled us almost with how they fed it to us.
Yeah. That and like going off what you're saying, like the misleading is what the thing that I love about it in a sense, because it's just like it shows the propaganda of One Piece, because like, it shows a real world connection to like you don't really know you're really like hip, because like the propaganda you're fed and whatnot, and it's different from like certain things you hear, because like I'm Native American, I'm like 25% like Cherokee and whatnot, so like I hear certain things from like my cousins that are in a tribe and whatnot, and the history you get from like you're spoken like verb and whatnot is different from the history that you get from like in the books and whatnot. They're definitely like spin something towards you and whatnot. The winners are the one that writes the history.
Facts.
Bars. He said what not going crazy. Bars.
Yep, I can dig it. What are you saying, Alex?
Oh, I was commenting on what Fuli said. I said facts and then what Doflamingo said, because he just repeated what Doflamingo's bar was.
Facts. AMJ podcast says Rox's flashback showed us what the true ceiling is for the One Piece verse.
That's a fact.
I can dig it. Gar Valley has Garp higher on the list for Fraud Watch. Oh man.
That's facts. Okay. I'm sorry.
People gonna say it because they haven't seen it yet. So
hey, is the world government is the world government a oppressive regime?
No.
We don't think the world government's an oppressive regime?
It is. It is.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Y'all don't think the world government's oppressive? Not really is what we getting?
No.
Nah?
The people that pay their tribute, they're not oppressed.
They cool. Celestial Dragon rule.
Oh, so when you the oppressive government, you're not oppressed, huh?
No, I'm saying like it's all perspective based.
Hey, Celestial Dragon authority forever, man. May they reign supreme forever.
It depends because celestial dragons are not everywhere in One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're in one spot. They just rule the world government, which is everywhere.
I
now, Alex, you know for sure that Emu runs all that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
we no, you said no, because of what you said. You said celestial dragons run the government. I'm going based off what you said, and that is not a factual statement. The celestial dragons don't run nothing. They think they do. They're puppets, just like everybody else is. So
no, Emu is supposed to.
They calling shots. You see them getting mad about their food. They ain't Emu getting mad about the food crisis.
Is Emu sitting here going based off what the celestial dragons are doing, or what others are doing in the One Piece world right now? I think Emu is moving based off of hello, I told you guys to nuke them. Why are they still alive? Saturn, I told you to get rid of them, or that
she cooking
person.
You, Alex? This is
why
wild.
is that person still alive?
I'm
here for it.
Who is the nuke part?
I'm here for it. Either way.
I don't care what the nuke part is. I'm saying that Emu is giving orders. Those orders are not being taken to their full capacity. So Emu is just like, okay, got rid of you. I told you to do one thing, you didn't do it. Bye.
Fuck, Alex. I hate you so much, but like, even some of the Nazis didn't kill all the Jews.
Hey, you know what I mean? Garp's one of those. He you know what I mean?
Hashtag strawberry upscale. All right.
Well, and I'm sorry, Reed, my bad. I just wanted to chime in for just a second because a lot of you guys are talking about and I get it. Oh, you want more from the story, or you want Oda to write more. What Fooly, I think it was Fooly that said it. You know, that is the key or genius workings of a good writer, is that you want more from that writer. You're probably not going to get more from that writer. That writer does want some things to be hidden still, because use your own imagination. He's still telling a story. So still use your own imagination to be like, you know, I mean, you could draw up your own conclusions. Oda will obviously show us what the conclusion is. But, you know, to me, that's a part of good storytelling, is you do allow the readers to have their own interpretation or their own ending for your story. You still give them an ending, but man, dang, I think it would have been cool if it would have went like this, or dang, it would have been cool if that would have went like that. Oda's a very good writer.
So this is the issue though, right? Because watch this, because then you get moments in God Valley where it's like, what was Gloriosa doing this whole entire time before she creeped up on
nasty?
You get what I'm saying? Like what was she doing at all?
Being nasty.
We got stuff with Stussy. We got stuff.
Another being nasty.
Honestly, I don't think that was their problem if there wasn't so much empty space.
The pull up. And then her leaving. That was literally it.
Yeah,
I don't think that would have been a problem at all.
Then that's what I'm saying. We got.
That's what I was saying. That's the part with the empty space, though. Like, it feels like an empty space for the last.
That was a little disappointing for me.
Because if they cut off before that, I don't think you have those questions.
Alex, I'm not really talking to you right now.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh, boy. You done pissed me off again.
What did I do this time? I thought I was being nice.
Everything. Just shut up already.
We was on the same team.
Damn.
So, Nika, so to what you were saying, to me, again, that's what makes Oda a very good writer, is that you don't know what's going on. He's not telling you what's going on. He knows what's going on. But then you're able to, again, draw your own conclusions in the story. You're allowing yourself to,
you
know, allow your imagination to flow within the story pretty much.
Comment
remove that Gloriosa slander from the screen, please.
She was out here being
slandering. Let's not do that.
What do you think Gloriosa was doing the entire time?
Being nasty.
To be honest, I don't really care what Gloriosa was doing. I'm more captivated by what Roger, Garb. I was I was getting the same questions as everybody else when it came to Whitebeard. Like, hey, Whitebeard, what are you doing?
Okay, I was gonna bring other questions like that. Like, I was honestly, trust me, there's a few things in God Valley. I think it's still the best flashback. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not perfect.
Oh yeah, hands down. Hands down. It is.
I think she was off screen in Random Pirates. She was off screen and she was off screening people. I think she was out there getting some crazy feats. Just
out there, doing that and then becoming nasty. Like, hey,
I agree with around. But like, I think this is again the problem with the empty space because like we got so much empty space, and we got to see what a lot of the same people kept doing. And
no, you're right.
Still here, and we're not seeing them.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with that. Like, they could have shown more, fleshed more stuff out.
It's a lot.
I still think it's the best flashback, even with that empty space. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. That's what I think.
I'm not.
It's not perfect. That's all I'm saying.
Oda did very well with holding the Rock's character for as long as he did, for him to just drop this bomb on us because, you know, he's pivotal to the story because of how things are going to be happening now with the reverse, the whatever that's called. I forget. I'm sorry. The Domi reverse. There we go. The Domi reverse. So, you know, it's interesting, but it's just also it's like it could have been touched on so many times because his crewmates have survived. I mean, we see Big Mom, we see Kaido, we saw Whitebeard. You know, so on a drunk night, especially with Kaido, how much he drinks, he could have had a night where he could have told one of his crewmates, yo, you know, this is what happened in God Valley. This is what I saw in God Valley. And we could have seen Rocks and whatever the situation earlier, but I think it was very important for him to put it in Elbaf due to the fact to tie it in with Loki. So he was very patient, I feel, as a writer with giving us, you know, the Rocks Pirates and giving us, you know, Davy D, the back or whatever, you know.
There is one thing that like is on my there is one thing that is on my mind that like kind of does like bother me a little bit, and like I'm hoping we get that in the rest of this flashback of like why Big Mom was so eager for the One Piece and whatnot. Why that generation was so eager for the One Piece and everything like that. I get like becoming king of the pirates is one thing, but like you were Rocks, someone that like easily took on like Roger and whatnot, and Roger ended up taking him out and whatnot with Garp and whatnot. But I'm hoping to see like the like aftermath of God Valley. I'm hoping the aftermath of God Valley gives me some of the things that like I really want, because the aftermath of this situation, because we've seen the aftermath of like Egghead and whatnot, and aftermath of other situations having such waving effects and whatnot. I can't wait to see the aftermath of like this event in waving effects, because we do see some of the wave effects in our current timeline and whatnot, but I want to see like the wave effects in the flashback a little bit.
You're confused.
I agree. Wait, what? He's confused.
I said I believe Big Mom and Kaido have a confused pre-notion about what the One Piece is, and that's why they have such a heavy intent on wanting it.
And I want to see their confusion.
I don't know if they're confused. I think Kaido may, but I don't think Big Mom is.
Yeah.
Maybe misinformed.
Big Mom, I think Kaido is, but I don't know
where they get
Big Mom is. Big Mom thinks that like if she gets it, she can like have full control over the world and like make everyone see each other on an island.
And I wonder, and that she's confused. I'm wondering like if that because I wonder about it because we didn't get the whole like.
I don't know if she's confused. Like, I think like if she gets it, she'll be in control of the world though.
No, but
she might be able to make it happen.
But Alex, that's the thing that I'm trying to explain is that they have a preconceived notion in their mind about what they think the One Piece is. It is a fact that Big Mom has never found the One Piece. It is a fact Kaido has never found the One Piece. So with those two facts, they don't know what it is. So if I'm sitting there and I've never seen it, I never got it, and I never went to the island where it is, then you have no idea what it is. So if they have those preconceived notions, they think they can rule the world with it. So they're confused ultimately at the end.
and I want to know.
Okay.
Thank you, and I just want to know why. And thank you so much.
Because their previous captain wanted to be the king of the
world.
He didn't want to be king. He didn't want to be king.
I just want to see like the synapses in their brains connection and sense and whatnot.
Right.
Maybe it's me asking for too much and whatnot.
No, I get it because like they have a false connection to like what their captain's dream is to the One Piece, and it may not necessarily be that to like facilitate Big Mom's goal of like being able to like that.
So that was the thing that I wanted to ask Ree. I'm happy that you brought that up. I wanted to ask Ree a 2-question thing. I'll try to say it really quickly.
I feel left out now. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
I don't like that.
Yeah. You had your time to talk, Alex. Don't you?
Not about his time to talk about the comment on the screen. Like why is he like being selective? You know what I mean? Why can't I?
Because
Ask your question, gang.
Straw is on you, Alex.
So
Straw is on you.
the reason why I'm targeting Ree in the question is because he's the one like he gives live reactions, so he's giving his live thought like as I'm asking him it, right?
No, Ben. I wasn't talking about what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, ignore him. You don't even know how to address that, Ben. He's a rager, bro.
But the 2-question thing is now that we get God Valley, and then now and inherently throughout Luffy's journey, we learn more and more about Roger, and then God Valley opens our eyes towards Roger, and him learning about more and more about what's going on in the world, and now we have understanding of Shanks and how he was moving, and then now he has the decision now that he wants to go for the One Piece. And then now we have Luffy going for the One Piece, and he's always been going for the One Piece since he was a kid. The 2 questions that I wanted to ask was, do you think after God Valley, do you think Roger started to look for the One Piece more as a tool than a treasure? And then 2, the other question is, do you think the Straw Hat dies with Luffy?
Yeah, well, I do think that. I think God Valley was the moment that Roger started to take this whole pirate thing serious. So I do think afterwards is when he really kicked it up and started looking for the One Piece. Actually, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But also with the Straw Hat, I don't know. I personally, I've heard people say they don't see him giving the Straw Hat back.
Shanks dies.
I know that's obviously Zaza.
Shanks dies.
I want to take it back.
Nah, I think they
Shanks
fight over the hat.
dies before-
Luffy gets to keep it.
Shanks dies.
I would be okay if it died with Luffy. I really would. He's the one that's supposed to have it, like deeper than like he just got it from Shanks, but like he's Joy Boy reincarnated, so it should stay with him. I don't think he should give it up. So I mean, if he did die with it, it's perfectly fine. Put it on his tombstone, man, and let's rock with it.
I have a question to that, Ree.
Yep.
So what about the Straw Hat that's frozen in Emu's thing? There could
That's
be
valid.
Doesn't like what I mean? Like he could give Shanks back his Straw Hat, get that Straw Hat.
No, I like his. He got history with that.
Okay, I understand that, but like you know what I mean? Like the Straw Hat don't got to end.
So-
Yeah, I'm about to say, what about it?
Yeah, what about the first question Ben's asked? I like that question.
Yeah,
I really do. I lied.
So the
He coming through with them questions.
So the reason why I'm asking the first question is do you view Roger after God Valley wanting the One Piece more as a tool than a treasure? The reason why I'm asking that is because, like, we see him on his execution day, and he's telling everybody, the One Piece is real. It's my treasure. Go and find it, right? So I'm asking you this because if he views it as a tool, right, quote unquote, and he gets that motivation from God Valley, is he now no longer going from, okay, this is the One Piece, this is my quote unquote treasure, to him locking in and is like, okay, this One Piece is going to help me, like what I said to Rayleigh when I first met him, turn the world upside down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, probably more so a tool. Especially if that homeland theory that Nika was talking about that last week actually does connect that way and work that way for Emu's powers, I could see like him actually using it as a tool and then starting the Great Pirate Era and hoping that someone can go find it, because we know that everyone is greedy. So they'll be like, oh, treasure. Okay. But the one person that can actually see the value of it will go and find it as the tool. But what will get everyone to go out to sea to look for it is just calling it his treasure, because naturally people are just greedy.
Yeah, because I wanted to say something to your point, Benz. I think going back to that same theory about the homeland, I definitely think it's more so as a tool, because he wanted to prepare the person to finds this in the best possible way. So they had to be somebody that goes and has these very same trials and tribulations. That's why Mihawk says to Zoro, like, "Oh, you want to do this? That's even crazier than what I am." You know what I'm saying? Like, he lets you know off rip. This type of endeavor is it means something. It's no matter what type of pedestal to put on it definitely means something. So
I just wanted to say something, because this is I'm not trying to make this labeled as a theory, but when he was getting executed, right, and he started talking about the One Piece and like go search for it. The thing that always like resonates in the back of my mind was, remember when he went to Fishman Island and he was too late and Shirahoshi wasn't born yet? I feel like things like that went along his way. And then when he got to the One Piece, when he got to Laugh Tale, he was, considered late. I really think in the back of my mind that when he was sitting there at that, execution mark, I really think he was just like, go look for it. And that time that is meant for you to look for it is coming very soon. So I know one of you guys that I inspire, or if the masses I inspire, right, one of you will find it at the right time, and it wasn't meant for me.
I definitely feel you behind that, especially going off the whole like how long he extended, like off the medicine and whatnot that we know about, like his whole disease and everything like that. I definitely feel you on that, because that's one thing that's always been a part of my mind, especially going into God's Valley and knowing so much that we know about Rocks and everything that he achieved. It's like what made Roger really want to achieve the One Piece? What threw the One Piece into this whole equation at all? And I'm really hoping that I'm hoping that like we do get another chapter like before Rock dies. He says there is something that can help you and whatnot. There is something that I was trying to achieve and live my life out to get to some point to and whatnot. I really hope that, because like the One Piece is up in the fact of like, why does it enter the picture at all for it being such an important piece of the story and whatnot?
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing, because what I always found interesting, and I'm not trying to like, boast Shanks or anything like that, right? So like when Shanks was, alive and they were calling him like the child of destiny and stuff like that, everything didn't line up for him. And ultimately he just wasn't looking for it. Like he later wanted to go for it. But the thing that I always found interesting is, for some weird reason, we always get panels with Shanks in the water with Gaban, and then with Shanks meeting up with Rayleigh at Sabaody. Like he's literally he's like emphasizing like, yo, I found this kid who's like Roger. And I feel like he ultimately said that not just because he found like a parallel with a kid with him, but I feel like he said that like, yo, this kid is the one that is he's here and he's gonna do everything right that Roger wanted to do, and it's on time. Like the time is right for him to do it. I always found that interesting.
Yeah.
Kill this motherfucker, bro. Just kill this
definitely
kill this
it's like a
bro. Kill this motherfucker. For me. If there's one thing you kill this motherfucker. If there's one thing I have given don't do this to me. I have given Dragon praise.
You're just going too crazy. That's all.
Kill this motherfucker.
I like your theory, Bands. I like it.
Just kill him. Just kill him.
Cause Bam, I'm not gonna lie to you. With the whole like damn it, it's slipping my fucking mind.
Cause it's Shank shit, bro. I get it, bro. Kill that motherfucker. Right?
God damn it.
Kill that motherfucker.
That's very interesting that what you brought up. Sorry to like ruin your train of thought. They did not mention at all, looking for the One Piece during God Valley. Maybe that didn't necessarily exist in a way, but it was some type of tool, so to speak, like how you asked, that can help with Emu and what's gonna take place in the future, like that's probably where, like, this is probably where the One Piece may officially start, in a sense. That's really good. Like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because like you
Roger
like
Timothy learned about the One Piece a year before at Lodestar.
Yeah, so that's the thing though, right? So let's say we learn about it, right? That's the thing that is like, I wouldn't say troubling, but the thing that really raises your eyebrows is like when we see Luffy, he has the ideology of wanting the One Piece because of being free, and then he understands it from other people discussing about it. Shanks, on the other hand, he had a captain that was looking for it, and then he grew up wanting to know more about it, and he learned more about it from other people. Roger, on the other hand, we don't have that figure in his life that gave him the knowledge and understanding of the One Piece. He kind of just went on his journey, gained his crew, and then he learned about it, just like what Alex said. But there was no person, there was no figure in his life that pushed him towards it. Right. So it's like now he goes through God Valley, and he goes through it, and then after he's done, he's like, oh fuck, I gotta really go find this shit now. Like, I have to really lock in now to go find it. And then when he goes find it, he's not, I wouldn't say disappointed. Like, he's obviously happy that he got there, but he's like, fuck, like I should have did this like at the right time, or I should have been born at a different time. And now it's like we see the fate going on for the future, and it's like, holy shit, like this One Piece is, kind of crazy.
That's valid. It's valid. Thoughts, fully?
Like, I would say, gotten the Lodestar to learn about like the red poneglyphs, the road poneglyphs. I mean, so it's like getting the Lodestar just teaches you about the road poneglyphs in like One Piece, but like without someone to guide you, it's just like, what is your ambition to get it? Like, yeah, he definitely probably had a bigger motivation after God Valley.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I gotta add to that is that like I got the turn thought I was thinking of with everything that we're seeing and whatnot and everything like that, like especially seeing like Marco's dad and whatnot, it really makes me really think of like it is Oda like kind of like showing examples of like the story, like I don't know how to put it, but like seeing like Marco dad and seeing the Phoenix fruit and whatnot, and seeing like I would say like the connections of like the next generation and whatnot. I think Oda's really like trying to hammer that in, especially with like seeing Marco and like seeing Polo and having Marco and whatnot. I think it's Oda like being like, I'm trying to show y'all that like we're really finna hit some some points.
Yeah, that's IRL. That's an IRL parallel because he wanted to parallel the actual Marco Polo. So,
yep.
Because Marco Polo, the whole discovering and all that. That's why he had Marco noted to be the one talking back about how there's mad islands and all that. So he wanted to add the discovery point to it. So it was an IRL parallel. So that makes Marco's the actual name in the story, Marco Polo.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy, bro? Like, if you really think about it, bro, like this generation now of pirates kind of just naturally blossom. But if you really take a step back, literally, God Valley created a quote unquote new generation from that time period. Yeah. Like we literally create the Big Mom pirates. We literally create Kaido. We literally create Whitebeard. We literally create Roger. We'll not create Roger, but
I would say those are pirates that are kind of already there with rocks, but it does create like a new generation with like the devs and all that are there, and like all the young people that are there that just like see that and like.
But that incident literally created that though. Nothing. It wasn't like, oh, like this guy from East Blue, this guy from West Blue.
Ivankov, Kuma. That incident created
a lot of people.
It literally created the whole future.
Yeah, Jenny and Bonnie technically.
Dragon, Shanks, they were there.
Well, I mean, he's a baby, but like still.
Nah, Shanks is doing some bullshit, man. Fuck that little kid, bro.
Yeah, he's a baby and like.
He's just a baby. He's just a baby.
I don't know.
He's doing ninja. Fuck that little kid, bro.
He is just a baby.
No, me up. Yeah.
God Valley, at least he was at Roger's execution, so he's still a part of what Ben's talking about. But I was just saying, God Valley, no Mihawk lore. Everybody was there. Got no Mihawk lore.
Yeah.
Last comment. Dean's Life says, "Wonder how Roger found out about the poneglyph's existence. His first visit to Lodestar."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
39 years ago.
Yeah.
They're talking about the poneglyphs and the red poneglyphs.
I think he's
One
probably.
Piece.
I think he's trying to ask how did he find out about it before he went to Lodestar. I think that's what he's trying to ask. I think it was.
I don't know if he knew about it before he
got
went
to Lodestar and thought it was the final island, and then he just realized this shit going crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you find. I think on Lodestar there is just a poneglyph that tells you
everything was happening on
everything
Lodestar.
else.
So about it. He got there. They showed us some of what happened on Lodestar. They didn't show us the whole shebang. I feel like we're gonna get more on that later as well. Probably.
I think there's a good chance that like Luffy's crew might still go to Lodestar, even though it's not necessary.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's necessary, but if we do end up there, I can see us getting a flashback to when, you know, somebody on that island might be like, "You remind me of Roger," you know, some shit like that.
Yeah, just a quick little day trip, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question to ask everybody really quickly. I just want all your opinions about it. You think Frankie could fix Kuma?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going
Yeah.
to.
Please kill that
Yes.
motherfucker.
I think he
Yes.
definitely could. I don't think he's going to have to. I think the Rebs are
Not
going to
at
fix him. I
all.
think Lindbergh or someone's going to fix him up for real. Vegapunk and Lindbergh more than likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him, Vegapunk, and Chopper gonna be working together.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're going to give him back to the Rebs before that. That's why I think it's just going to be like Vegapunk and Lindbergh. I don't think it'll be like Frankie and Chopper helping. But I think Frankie and Chopper definitely could. I think Frankie could probably do it on his own. Frankie and Usopp maybe.
Okay.
Maybe Usopp. Yeah.
Now Frankie and Lilith got it, man. That's the team up that's about to get it done.
I mean, when it comes to like repairing machinery, Nami trusts Usopp more than anybody.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Small things, not big things. Frankie's literally the shipwright of a very indestructible ship. So, you know.
Hey, he was repairing them for a while too. You know what I mean? He was depending on Usopp.
And on that note, all right, man. Good stream, bro. Appreciate it. Catch y'all next week. And we out.
Bye.
Bye.